was level with about 5 minutes to go, and Willunga just got over the line.
Yeah, well, your brother in sake, David, has it football. Here we go, folks, the rock and roll. Second semi-final it is. Down Kellogg with the football, and he's buried underneath the pack, and David will come back in and ball it up once again. So to psych each other out, a few ins and outs. Fenton, the captain for Willunga, back in the side after his long layoff. Curtis Perry, the skipper for Langhorne Creek, back in the side after 6 weeks out as well. First free is going to go the way of Langhorne Creek, through the way of Dave Warren. David Warren from the centre of the ground loads it up, inside 50 to go, penetrating kick. The little fella, Lockie McGregor's hovering back there, socket off the ground. It is by the Birdette. Picked up now by Beathy. Switch up play. Come back across the side of the oval to Job Cowell. Well, now with the footy, where we're going to come. Coming down scoreboard side wing. Doing the old Willunga trick here. Playing it on the far side oval. Up they go again. The big fella up there. Can't get hold of the footy. Ball comes back out now. Willunga will move the footy down the line through Nelson. The kick was just held up in the breeze. Picked up by the skipper and Curtis Perry. He switches up play. Langhorne Creek now drive it straight down the centre corridor, blasted through the fingers, carried it a little bit harder. Willunga with the football, could have been Fenton, that probably wasn't 15. It doesn't matter. Willunga's got all the footy, they're bloated up in the air, plenty of bumping and pushing going on in the background there, but Ben Arvin with the footy for Langhorne Creek. He goes inbound, he goes through to Dominish. Matthew Dominish it is. Looking for somewhere to go. He can go short to Jones in the middle, waves him off, he goes long, pumps the football high and long, just on the top of the 50-metre arc. Cleggett couldn't bring the mark down, plenty of hands on the footy. Willunga put under it. McDonald gets it out to Cobwell again, and he just takes the mark and slows things up a little bit. John Cobwell to bring the forward, intercepted now by Jared Kellogg. Ian.
Yeah, Kellogg with the ball on the half-forward flank, not far away from the caravan. He goes, shanks the ball, comes in, Willunga picks it up, handball over to Burdett. Burdett goes down the middle looking for Nelson, finds him, he's called to play on, handballs across back to Burdett. He goes down with another mongrel punt into the breeze, but Curtis Perry picks it up and relieves out to Blackwell on the wing, right in front of the broadcast position. He kicks it along to Tonkin. Tonkin kicks it up, looking for his big man up forward. Gets his hands on the ball, but couldn't mark it. And that's Rogers, and it's gone over the line and out of bounds. And we've got a boundary throw-in just on the 50-metre arc here for Langhorne Creek, who are going with probably a 3-4 goal breeze.
Yeah, it is gusting up a little bit down there, isn't it?
Yep, boundary umpire with it right on that 50-metre arc. Closest to us, opposite the club rooms. Up it goes. Ruckman go up. Comes back down. There's a pack of players around here. Comes back out. Comes out. Willunga gets an slung around. He turns around. The umpire says over the boundary line. So repeated the throw in. Virtually in exactly the same position as it was. Sets himself. Drives it up. That's a good one. You can see the wind just knocking it down there. So it goes up and down. Creek's tried to come out of a whole pack of players onto here. Ball's not moving much, and umpire Curran comes in for another ball up now, this time by the central umpire. Up she goes. Ruckman goes up. Creeks get it down. Turn around. Handball comes out of the pack. Goes over the boundary line. It's another ball in on that pocket. Deep into attack here for the Langhorne's Creek side. Umpire sets himself. You'll be able to see on the screen when it comes up that it goes up, the ball goes up, and then it hits the wind and drops down. So that's certainly the end that will be a bit easier to score to. Out it comes, goes forward, comes out there, and Kellogg gets it for the Creeks. He goes right up the teeth of goals. Goes up in the front there, goes out, rolls over there, and she finishes up in Lockie McGregor, and it goes over the boundary line, full forward position in Langhorne's Creek attack nifty.
Yeah, Lockie McGregor nearly couldn't swoop onto that one quick enough. She's going to spend a bit of time in that pocket, I reckon, the way that breeze is. Boundary umpire with the footy again, brings it right out in the top of the square. Lockie McGregor's underneath it, he can't pick it up, gets it now the second effort. Jams it on the boot, but pushed up underneath it. Willunga now trying to penetrate it out. Coming off hands, back to Willunga, the Creek. Willunga's got the footy, no, we can't pick it up. Handball comes back out to Blackwell, jams it on the boot. Good looking kick into the square. Can we get some hands on it, feet on it? Up underneath it, Rogers is in there, he's socketed off the ground. Goal umpire says Kane Rogers off the knee, no, goal off the bottom of the foot.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Last few the 3 encounters they've had, and should be a ripper we're hoping for. Go Em.
And Ricey throws the ball up in the middle of the ground. Bass handballs it out to Colwell. Colwell goes back to Rennie. Rennie kicks it forward. Look, but there's only Langhorne Creek players in the way. They knock it down. Colwell tries to pick it up again. Ball is trapped underneath. Fenton with a tackle over the top, and umpire Rice will come in and throw it up right in front of where we're sitting here at the Myponga Oval. James Seller gets the ball down. Beath tries to pick it up and then comes over, just gets a handball out to Altus. Comes around here looking for Martin. Over to Altus on the left boot, and he finds Nelson about 45 metres out from goal, which is probably too far into this breeze. He doesn't even try to kick it, pops it up for Beath, and Beath in front of the pack takes the mark, tries to play for a 50-metre penalty, but the umpires are onto him, and he's not going to get any of those today.
No cheap ones. No cheap ones.
Just
Give it to him, Ian.
He tried. You got to try. You give it to him for trying, but
No good praising him up, or you're going to be in trouble for getting him here late to the game anyway.
He'll want a copy of this one, man.
And Beath lining up for goal on a pretty sharp angle into the teeth of the breeze, and comes in. He's going with a drop punt, and he's hooked it and doesn't score. He's missed the lot.
Dear, oh dear, that's not a Beathy. Not a Beathy at all. Usually pretty good with his kicking. The breeze is strong, but it's not that strong. Anyway, Langhorne Creek says thank you very much. We'll have kick-in duties. And he's missed by a country mile. David put him on the mark. Langhorne Creek anyway, they kick it right out. You can see the carry of that breeze. Ball comes over the top. Stella gets the handball out to Cleggett, I think it was down there. Cleggett gets the footy down the line to Jones. Jonesy down there, I think it's
McGregor.
No, McGregor, Lockie McGregor. McGregor down. Oh, that's a good mark there by McDonald, coming up over the shed, running away for it. Oh, but Blackwell intercepts the little short daisy pass, but the numbers there from Willunga. McDonald hits the ground running. He has to make up some territory, gets the kick away open to Meagle. One of the better players on the ground last week, paddled along the ground. She bounced the boundary line, touched off hand, says the ump. And he'll throw it in right in front of us here at the broadcast van at the Myponga Selix Oval. Champion job Myponga people have done with the wet weather we had this whole wet weather winter, and the Oval's come up a treat. Penny umpire with the footy. And his coin today. Good high throw in again. Gives the ruckman something to do it. Because there Scotty Hunt gets it. Kicks it around the body. Down there is Caleb Howe. Kicked his fair few goals the other week. Willunga with the footy. Series of handballs. The happy handballs coming. Ooh, back into Cobalt. Cobalt gets it back. They use the back door through Burdett. Burdett gets it out to the big fella, and Hunt can't get the big mitts around the footy. They dispossess it. They ride him in, push in the back. Anything but a saddle. He needed it up in there. And there's the skipper, is it? And Fenton. It is. Missing him for a long time. John Fenton with the footy, comes out wide, out up onto the wing. It's okay, finds his teammate. Got the mark. I'm going to go back again, short pass, 15. Finds Burdett. Looking for something down the line. Looks like the Creeks have done a fair bit of homework this week on Willunga. Burdett gets the footy, fires it back in there. Oh, sell it. Yeah, it was a bit clumsy, but Fenton was the man. He pulled out that one in time, didn't he, umpire?
He just got in time. Didn't really put much pressure on the called to play on. Fenton kicks up the half forward. Not sure who he's looking for there, because the player was outnumbered, and the ball's worked out by Langhorne Creek over to Cleggett. Cleggett goes across the middle to Dominish. Dominish goes out wide looking for Rothy. Handballs over the top to Clifford. Clifford goes in with a grubber kick to McGregor. McGregor can't get there on the half volley. picked up by Willunga, handballed over the top here. It comes out to Warmington, back to a teammate there. It goes across to Fenton. Fenton plays on and goes out.
Oh, the water boy got the right.
Oh yeah, Trev. Yeah, it's gone out of bounds on the full too, so it'll be a free kick in for.
It's giving it back to the interference.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, okay, for the interference. What from the water boy?
From the water boy.
Yep. All comes down the line now. Picked up. It is. All juggling hands comes off. Got a whistle though over the shoulder. Probably it was there. Curtis was trying to get hold of the footy. Didn't give it to Warmington. I don't know what that kick is. Those little horrible kicks. Player in trouble. Curtis Perry back in the side. Got it. Had it too long. Got tackled on the process. Holding the ball. Play on quickly. Backdoor it comes out to Birdan. Does the little side tap. The look away handball. That was great, but the other bloke needed to be looking to receive it. And he's just copped a dust up in the middle of the ground. They're going down like 9 pins. Willunga are out here to play today. So's the Creek. Ball comes out to Dominish. The handball's thick and thin. They give it out to the boss in Seller. Seller's got Kellogg. He can't get there in time. It bounces over the boundary line on the full. It'll be a free kick in for Willunga through number 5 down there in Denny Irvine.
So Irvine with it for Willunga in the back pocket. Goes off. It's the first quarter. We're underway here. We go through. Goes off. They go right across the other side. Find their pinpoint and marks there, and they're going right over to the club rings, but they're still right deep in that pocket. Off he goes, puts it up. Look at the wind starting to push that down now. Out they come in front. Willunga try to get up to it, can't get up. He gets wrapped up, ball's on the ground, goes around, right in front of the crowd over there. They'd be wanting to cheer to keep warm, so it goes off. Off they go forward, goes over, and it's intercepted by the Creeks on the wing. Far side of us, right over in the club rooms. Right in the interchange zone.
Clifford, I reckon.
Clifford goes off now for the Creeks, goes up in the pocket. He gets pushed underneath it. The umpire comes in and says,
the same way, didn't he?
Free kick. No,
That's
out in the full.
Not touched.
On the full.
Yep, so Willunga get it. They go back again into this back pocket. They love hugging back deep. So they come out, finds out, turns around, got up there. He's got Tyson Hoffman that he didn't want to cover it. Goes back to the clubroom side. Goes out there. Dominish tries to get up onto it, can't get down to it. Creeks recover, goes out, pushing it forward. Another flick over it goes, comes out there. Willunga picked it all up. He ducks down, goes over, comes out, gets cap onto there. Will he get onto it? Be holding the ball.
Yep.
Turned around, had his hand free, but the tackle was too good, couldn't get to it, and turns around and gets out to it. That one was against David Warren, I reckon. So off they go. Willunga now, push it all up. They're going short in the back lines, which is not a good sign, but they're not getting hurt in the scoreboard, which is most important. Up they go, drives up now, up to the wing, goes over, up the players go, come out, Willunga out the back, pushes it over with a handball, goes off, he kicks it straight into the body there of Darcy Clifford, and he turns around and finishes up over the boundary line for a ball in on the far side.
Creeks are doing a pretty good job here holding up the scoreboard.
Yep, FBA scoreboard, 1 goal to Langhorne Creek, 0 to Willunga.
Boundary umpire with the throw when he can, tap down it is, play on's the call. No, it's not. We've got a whistle up, goes that to Matty Dominish. Missed that one. So Matty Dominish in the middle, because Matt and Jake out there. That's the 2 hard nuts of this Creek side. Matty now loads up the football, kick doing a nice kick forward. Oh, good grab back. Oh, wasn't paid back out in there. All picked up now by Lally. Lally kicks her high ball up and under. She's off target and offline a little bit. The goal umpire puts the pacemaker into gear. 1 point only. So 1-1 Langhorne Creek to Willunga. Yet to score on an FPAG scoreboard. Willunga would be pretty happy with this, wouldn't they? Creeks would be pretty happy with this, keeping Willunga quiet, wouldn't they?
Well, I think the Creeks
the other way around.
The other way around.
Yeah. Birdie with kicking duties. Comes back in, finds Alters. Alters. Over the football, loads it up, they're bringing it down our scoreboard side. One big Hunty goes up for the ball, can't get hold of the footy, can't get his hand. Meagle's in there, little toe poke, clever along the ground. Handball over the top. Hoffman, you're in trouble here. He's gone through. Hold the ball. Good tackle. Don't complain about that, Hoffy.
I'm not sure what he's whinging about.
No good whinging about that one. We had good vision on that, and I've got number 1 umpire sitting alongside me. Blackwell goes in there. Probably the best winger in the league this year. This guy, he's had a hell of a season, Blackwell. Loads up the football. A good kick. Penetrating kick. Inside 50. Hands come from Creek. Couldn't bring it down. Clever. Comes out. picked up, kicked up by Caleb Howe. It's
Ooh,
right
it's
in the
trying to come
square.
back.
It's tight. It tried to bend it back, but not enough, and through for a minor score again. 1 goal, 2. Langhorne Creek. Willunga yet to score on the FP Ag scoreboard again.
Now it looks like is it Rennie with the kicking duties this time, or is
Fresh back from the
Mark
crows.
Burdett's running from the 50 to take the kick out duties.
Well, in 501
He loves
A-grade
kicks.
games, why not?
Yeah, he loves his kicks.
He's stat man.
I reckon he's got his own foot in his back pocket.
So Burdett with the ball now, and waiting, going to get called play on very shortly, I would imagine. Plays on now. Handballs over the top with another series of handballs, and again they haven't. That's McDonald. That's over the boundary line without being kicked.
Five handballs.
5 handballs. And I think this game, Willunga trying to just maintain possession into this breeze and then have a fair dinkum crack in the next quarter, I think you'll find.
I reckon.
Ball comes in, Bass and Seller go at it again. Bass with a little tap over the back and then a tackle, follow-up tackle. Handball comes out from Langhorne Creek through to Seller with a little snap around the body, looking for Howe. Howe can't run onto it. McGregor there also. Howe falls over, comes out to Willunga. The handball's smothered, and we have a boundary throw in right in front of the big crowd that's gathered over in front of the Myponga Social Club.
Yeah, right under the veranda, out of the wind, aren't they? They're hoping.
Got the gas heaters that cranked up full time underneath those veranda.
In she goes, up on that flank. Seller goes up, can't get it out for the Creeks. Come back to him. He gets wrapped up. He turns round. The umpire's no other alternative but to come in and ball it up.
Oh, Birdie was hanging on for dear life there.
Yeah, he had his feet in the air and everything.
Going for a ride.
So up there goes again. Bass gets it for the Willunga side, goes out onto it, turns around, gets up onto there. Creeks come forward, and it's a defensive mark in the back lines there, right in the teeth of the point post it was. He kicks up on the wing, that's an easy mark to the Creeks on that forward flank. Inside he's got him called out onto there, goes on quickly to Ben Arbin for the Creeks. Turns around now, goes off, drives it into this pocket, not really up, 2 up from Willunga, and they spoiled each other. Gets too high, he turns around, gets up. The umpire wraps in and he turns around, and we'll do a ball up in the forward pocket. 1 goal, 2 to Langhorne Creek yet to, and Willunga yet to score.
Massey with it, donks it back down, snap
It's
over
good.
the top. I don't know who the kicker was, but it looks pretty damn good. It is.
South Coast Realty is an independent, locally owned and operated real estate business, incorporating sales and property management of both permanent and holiday rentals. We're heavily involved in the local community, with offices in Victor Harbour and Normanville. Our professional and friendly staff can assist you with all your real estate needs. With well over 6,000 registered buyers on our database, all wanting to purchase properties on the South Coast, we really do stand out in the crowd. South Coast Realty, helping you stand out in the crowd. Give us a call today.
That's why they get paid the big
the-
bucks up there.
Yeah.
You know your dad takes a $20 out of their pay every time they get the scoreboard wrong. At the end of the day, they usually owe you, old man. Ball up in the middle again, tapped over, Bass with the footy. Round, off Kellogg, out of there to Hoffman. Hoffman gets it, jams on the boot. The old look, kick in hope. No one was there in hope. Nelson, though, can steal the footy. Tackles are coming all dump behind
No,
play.
he's
holding the ball.
Holding the
Yep.
ball.
Yep.
There could be a little bit of advantage if they don't want to stop it. Just comes back in now. Is that Beatty in there with the footy? Comes over to Haskett. Haskett now. Didn't play the last time they played the Creeks. He suffered from terrible migraines pulled out early before the warm-up. He goes a little chip over the top to the Birdman. Bird out. Look at the crowd down there. It's like a good mini Colts game, innit? Bird out, loads up the footy deep in the pocket. The big fella going in there, and Jakey Stanfield can't get his mitts to it. Comes off hands. Boundary umpire's going to earn his keep.
Umpire Rice got cleaned up then.
Did
you see that?
Missed that? Oh, I missed that one.
It's not Mr. Green.
I seen umpire D. Karen got put on
Must
his
be this
behind
game.
last time they played this
These
game.
two sides.
Yeah, it was. Ball comes back out. Lally's got the football. He jams it on the boot. When there, Cleggett goes up, doesn't get it. Too many hands on it. Umpire says play on, and the Willunga player over that is at the bottom of the pack, ain't going nowhere.
There's Lachlan Scott.
Well, up in the middle again, to Rutman. Bassey gets there easy with the charges
Too
coming
wide.
through. Too wide. Jared
Yep.
Kellogg's applied a bit of a penalty. And Fenton with the kick. He's going to have to find a target. He's too far out to score. Bassey's dropped back down in there.
It could go the other side
He's
still.
gone short to Meagle. Crash in the middle. Well done to Creek in Lally. He put his big body in the way. Oop. Sloan slid off the side of the boot. Well done by Blackwell. Blackwell back out to Cleggett. Cleggett concedes 20 metres and goes back to Sanders. Where are we going to go now? We're going to go back again. This is what Creek was doing last week. They conceded 50 metres going backwards and then work the footy back out again, and here they come. Over it goes. Still, the run comes out now to Durham. Durham's going to run deep out in the pocket. Got a long way to travel and gets the football well on the boot. Well purchased out there. I reckon that would have been Jake Dominish. Can still run onto the football. Does now. Gets the footy. Flicks it up. She might be close to the boundary line. It is. And it's out of bound on the interchange gate out there, Ian.
Yes, ball be thrown back in. Going up for the ruck this time, we've got Haskett against Rogers. Well, no, Bass against Rogers. A bit of a flat throw in that time against the breeze. Picked up by Willunga. Goes along, kicks it to Meagle. And Meagle has the ball right in front of the timekeeper's box. Terrible kick. 15-metre kick that's gone straight to the opposition. They pump it long. McGregor comes out, meets the ball, and Willunga player goes down on the ball, and Burdett will come up with the ball and be thrown up on the half-forward mark for Langhorne Creek. And I'm not sure who that was with the tap down. Comes out to Warmington, I think it is.
Rainmaker.
There for Willunga. Rogers goes up for the ball, tap down here to Altus. Altus comes across to Haskett. Haskett goes out wide with another shocking little 10-metre kick, but then picks it up,
right over.
picks it up, handballs to McGregor. McGregor's kick gets smothered, and eventually Haskett's got another chance, third chance here, and he's smothered again. So goes back in, chases the player with the ball. Kellogg hits it in, can't take the mark there. Dominish for Langhorne Creek. Player dives in on top of the ball, and we'll have a ball up about 25 metres out from the Langhorne Creek goal. Series of mistakes there, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it? Terrible. Up it goes. Comes down by Bass for Willunga. He goes off. Reads off, out they come, up they go onto their sport from behind. That's all they can do. Benji gets it, and he got too high over the shoulder, which you get from him all the time. He's the most battered player, I reckon, in this league. He gets up now. He's on the back flank here on our broadcast side, opposite the club rooms. Drives up, kicks it all up they go, out they go. Bass goes up and gets it. The body work out, and he held that, and he took that in front of his eyes.
Go quick.
Up he comes. Look at these short kicks. They're not even really going the distance. Recovered well though. Goes over. Look at this kick straight off to two Langhorne's Creek. Off they go straight away, and then Shannon Jones. He goes off. Forward it goes. Up they turn around. Picked all up there. Turns around, goes out through there, and Darcy Scott, he can't get it, and he turns around and rolls in. The umpires go. There's a big pack of players around this ball now. Centre half forward for the Creeks end. Up they go. Bass can't get it out. Comes back down. Now he comes. He's roved his own ball. Comes out. Comes around there. The Creeks, they have a quick snap. That goes forward. Right in deep into the pocket. She goes over. Untouched, I reckon. And it'll be a kick in the defensive pocket there to Willunga. Deep in their pocket, and it goes turn around. So FBA scoreboard 2-2 to Langhorne's Creek.
Mills with the footy, loads it up again. Good stretching mark, come out series handballs. Burdett's got the football. Daisy Cutter all cut off and intercepted. Beatty couldn't control the mark. Picked up by Curtis Perry, puts a wobbly on one forward, comes back over to Nelson. Nelson gives it back to big Jakey Stanfield. He's down in the back lines again. Everybody's moved back. Willunga now, runner down the club room side. Switch up play, plenty of Creek players go up with the footy. Look out boys, here she comes back to the Creek territory. Oops, she's going to go through the interchange gate with nobody on it, and that'll be a kick in relief to Willunga. Now from where the players run out on the ground here at Myponga. Willunga with the footy. Fenton, I reckon it is, down there with a bit of ink. And now with the footy, loads it up, looking for Big Bass, can't get there, just but he get his fist, punch it back down on the ground again. Handball back over the top, the run's coming down from the wing. The wingers are doing okay. Willunga, here's a chance for Hoffy. There is no one home, he can settle. No, he can settle, but he can run around. I thought he was going to run off and run around him. And he doesn't. Well, there goes the siren, so he's going to have a kick in open. Good luck with that.
Yep. Yeah, you wouldn't think he'll get anywhere near this.
They won't need anyone on the goal line, I don't think.
It'd be, what, 60 out? Here comes
Goes
the
with
torp.
the torp.
Oh, she's a mongrel torpedo. It's not a torpedo. That was a sinking sub. So that's it. So it's should be 2-2 on the Langhorne Creek scoreboard. We'll wait for the goal umpires to check that one out. So our scoreboard in here is 2-2 Langhorne Creek. Willunga, no score. This is 90.1 Happy FM. It's Great Southern Footy on air and on YouTube.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Hi, I'm Jamie, manager at Telstra Store Victor Harbour. If you need help with anything tech related, we're here to help.
If you're having problems with your phone or internet, we can give you a bit more help than just telling you to turn it off and on again.
And if you need a new phone or entertainment bundle, we can show you some options. And this is great.
So feel free to pop in for a friendly chat anytime. We look forward to seeing you at Telstra Store Victor Harbour soon.
At Shed Boss, we don't just build sheds, we engineer them. We build to your individual requirements, from residential to commercial, large or small. Everybody's needs are different. Built with premium Australian-made steel, our patented bracket system and concrete anchored foot bracing, constructed by licensed shed builders, means you'll get an affordable quality carport, rural or commercial shed. Shed Boss. Built strong, built right.
Here at Myponga, the junior Colts, McLaren 4-4, defeating Willunga 3-5, followed by the senior Colts with Encounter Bay 8-14 to Langhorne Creek 3-3, and in the reserves Myponga 12-5, McLaren 3-6. So Myponga Selleck, had their home ground advantage here for them, and started slowly but really came home fast. So
It was a big win for them, isn't it?
back in the centre now. Umpire holds the ball aloft, and we are set to go here, Nifty.
Yeah, it is. Umpire Popperwell with the footy. Up they go. Big Hunty and big Seller out in the middle. Willunga tried the first handball out, but up comes Blackwell. Quick hands out the back door. Give it up to Dave Warren. I reckon it would have been the fly high early to Jonesy to Cleggett. Cleggett backwards to Matty Dominish. Matthew Dominish in forward. Little Lockie McGregor. Oh, clever. Nice little basketball bounce. Handball up at the top to Matty Tonkin. Whoops, overrun the footy. Couldn't get there. Feet taken out from in the back of the pack. Handball from Willunga comes over to Cleggett to Matty Tonkin. Didn't have the footy. Free kick.
Hanging on.
Sorry, Matty Dominish. It'll be a free kick to Matt. It was an easy one. Fenton. Too many days out of the game.
Smart play to not take the ball there too.
See,
Yes, he knew he was hot, didn't he?
Yep. Had the footy. So Matty Dominish will need to find someone too far out to score. He's gone to the teeth of the square, and Willunga have chimed in early and up there with a Darcy Scott with a good mark. Willunga in defence to bring it back out again.
Scott with the relieving kick goes long to the back of the square, but Curtis Perry, the only man there, and gets in front and takes a pretty easy mark. He'll drive it long into the forward pocket looking for Howe. Howe goes up, coming across was a teammate. Scott picks the ball up across to Burdett. Burdett comes out to the wing looking for Beath. 3-on-1 there though. Beath gets it, picks it up, and dealt with by Tonkin as he kicked, and finds Hunt on the wing. Hunt plays on to Rennie. Rennie goes along with his left foot up to
big Jakey Stanfield, and it's missed a lot of them, and it's gone. Oh, it hasn't. It's been kept back into Langhorne Creek. Langhorne Creek will bring it back down the line, coming up at centre half back now, Ian. So they're back into your vision now. We lose him around the corner.
And Langhorne Creek with the ball with Warren over in the back pocket. And he's taking his time, gets called to play on and goes down into looking for Seller. He's spoilt by the smaller man there, and ball goes over the boundary line and out of bounds in front of the Myponga gym.
Looks like Langhorne Creek. Can I say, well, Willunga, you want to play, slow it down, we'll take
all
the
the
time in the world.
Do exactly the same thing. Seller goes up with Hunt and gets in front, gets the tap down, ball. Bit of aerial ping pong there. Seller bends over, picks the ball up to Dominish. That's come out with one hand, and perfect position there from the umpire, and he sees that one, and Willunga will take the free kick. He goes long, looking down there for Jakey Stanfield, and Stanfield's taken a mark about 35 metres out on a pretty tough angle. And it just depends really where that breeze is swirling as to whether this is an easy kick or a tough kick.
Yeah, they're not that far out when you're standing down there in the crowd with a pass in the end, are they? But the goals are fairly tight.
He's got her up in the air. He's
Across the face.
Missed it.
Yep, just the one point. 1 point only it is to big Jakey Stanfield. Well, Willunga rattled the scoreboard anyway. It's 1 point to them. Langhorne Creek 2-2 on the FPA board.
When would Willunga's last scoreless quarter have been in their A grade?
Oh, she's got the old boy out the back and
ready
to go. When did
around
they come in? 1976.
The records go back that far?
Our statistician's gone to sleep. But the ball comes out now by the crease, picked up by Willunga, goes straight back in, finds it out there, and he finds this player quickly there. Is that
Fenton? Yeah.
Ryan Fenton. Back in the game after a long time out. Yep.
Well, the last when he broke, I was there the day he broke his leg over at Langhorne Creek when these two sides played out a draw, and this is his first game back against the same team.
You'd be getting a bit flinchy, wouldn't you? Going, I'm coming back my first game back. I'm playing Langhorne Creek again.
You want to do some work, don't you? Off of
It's no easy one to come back in, is it?
No.
Anyway, he's going to line up. He's going to have the breeze just virtually behind him, but he turned around. He's still going to kick from 45 at least out. Comes in, basically directly in front. Just needs to put this up towards the centre. Goes up, hangs it out right, hangs it out too far right. It's coming back. He turns around, the umpire comes around, I reckon he's got it, and he says straight through, he knew the win.
South Coast Realty is an independent, locally owned and operated real estate business, incorporating sales and property management of both permanent and holiday rentals. We're heavily involved in the local community, with offices in Victor Harbour and Normanville. Our professional and friendly staff can assist you with all your real estate needs. With well over 6,000 registered buyers on our database, all wanting to purchase properties on the South Coast, we really do stand out in the crowd. South Coast Realty, helping you stand out in the crowd. Give us a call today.
And the poor bloke at the bottom's got the footy. That's a Willunga player. He's been ridden into the deck. And umpire Ross will come in and ball up again. He's at the bottom. Jared Kellogg. Well, yeah.
Looking for blood rule, is he?
Ross is doing. Is he getting it?
Blood rule, I reckon.
And it's a Willunga player, and I reckon. No, it's not. It's Jared Kellogg's going off. So you got dobbed on. Sellers in there going, what are you doing?
What are you picking on my mates?
Ticket. It was
you pushed him in, I saw
Fenton it was the dobber.
Yeah. He wants to watch himself. He runs out in one leg most of the time.
So we're just waiting for the change-up player to come. It's happening. Not in a real hurry. Ricey said, well, I'm hurrying it up. Here we go. Ball up in the middle again after all that two-tar. Hunty at the back of there gets a tap over the back door of the Seller. Picked up by Blackwell. Blackwell over the top. Or Matty Dominish couldn't run onto it. Oh, he's got to go now. Quick Hands has got to come out. That didn't work. He's in trouble. Matty's got the footy. Tuck it back under him. No. Well done. Look at the Willunga players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on one, onto one. They're starting to hunt again in packs, Willunga. That's what I liked the sign about him a couple of weeks ago. Ball comes out. Sellicott might have got pulled out of the footy, but he got his mitt to it. Back down on the ground again. This time Matty Dominish at the bottom of the pack. Wire again with the footy. Flick it up in the air again. Well, Matty Hodden, Fenton off for the footy. Fenton goes for it. He gets the footy. Dominish gets Fenton. Brings him down. No reward. Umpire will come in. We keep saying there's 4 ball-ups you've got to have a free, Ian. Where do you see that?
3.
3. Oh, you give it 3. Oh, we've been kind.
Hang on, Fenton got
there
that
it is.
one.
There we go.
Way you go, mate. Fenton's got
the ball in the centre of the ground. He'll go long down to centre forward, looking for teammate there in Hoffman. Can't take the mark. Comes out with a handball looking for Altus. Comes across to Burdett. He'll pick it up on the left, goes short, looking for Meagle. He can't grab hold of it. Comes across there to a teammate.
That's a one-handed throw.
That's don't know how that one come out, but anyway, player Fenton on the ground wraps up his opponent in Tonkin, and Ricey will throw the ball up again. Seller with a tap down there. Player gets grabbed, just gets the handball out in time. And it comes down to Beath. Beath snaps around the corner, up looking for Stanfield up at full forward. Can't get there. Comes across to Blackwell. He just gets the handball out in time. Oh, Howe!
He is out.
That is a big clash there with Hoffman and Howe. Hard to tell from here what actually happened, but
just a cross pass, just a crossover.
It was just a
both of them full tilt to the footy, and Howe's head just off the hip. And he spun around like a top. He's getting up. He's a tough player. To Burdett. Burdett with the footy, centres it back up. Back up into the centre again. Meagle can't get it. Here comes the big Seller. Oh, he runs right into him.
Off the ball there. There's a bit of melee off the ball here, and that was Caleb Howe. He got up and wasn't happy with the treatment he had before.
And he think red and white he was going to go and have a go at.
He decided that he was going to... He was going to take matters into his own hands.
Don't do that. Final series, and both of these sides are still alive. One moves to the grand, one has to front up next week, and if you're going to do that, you mightn't be there next week.
It's pretty silly to do anything in the second semi-final, isn't it?
It is indeedy. Trev.
Up they go, comes back down, Creeks with the ball, gets smothered though, comes off of his hands, goes down, he picks it up, gets it out again, goes off to the Creeks, they go off, they find the player in the centre of the ground. Willunga now rushing backwards. Creeks are going to come across here. Oh, floater, not good. Oh, Bass could have taken that. Played it back down. Comes around to Tonkin. Tonkin goes out here. Goes out and he finds his cohort here in Jackson Dallets for the Creeks. They have it right on this wing position here, right in front of us, opposite the club, and goes on. He's going to almost kick that one in the man on the mark. Goes up deep into the pocket. Creeks come out, Dominish can't get to it, goes over, Creeks pick it all up, sides around, goes out, handballs back, goes across quickly to Arbin goes out wide, off hands comes around, Willunga trying to push out, Kellogg goes over there, turns around, picks up on into there, and it goes over there and gets on the forward flank.
On the ball.
Correct decision. Howe dived on top of the ball
he was having
to hold it in, and easy decision that one.
Yeah.
So Willunga get it. Short kick goes there. Oh, Burdett fumbles it. Goes out on there. Then dives in. The Creeks pick it all up. Steps around. Drives into it. Goes off. Nobody's back. That's going off. just to the narrow side and goes through for a minor score. FBA scoreboard, Langhorne Creek 2 goals 3 to Willunga 1 goal 1.
I'll tell you what, ever since Calabao had the dust knocked out of his ears,
He obviously didn't
woken
get
him up.
Well, you wouldn't have thought it was in the head then, would you?
No,
I
wasn't
reckon
that?
it
It
was
was
more the
hip to
body,
hip,
just it
shoulder
spun him
to-
around
yeah.
so much. That,
Yep, Donald with the kick in. How's the kick in, Judy's? He's nearly kicked it into the centre circle. Ball comes back out over the top again. Creek over the top. Hoffman gets it to Big Jakey. Stanfield pops it up to Beathy. Beathy has to do a little bit of ducking and weaving. Runs it, concedes it. The old give and take handball to Hoffy didn't work. Langhorne Creek could have got a hold of the footy. They could have cleared it, but they cocked it up. Bring it back to Willunga. The daisy kick forward is a shocker. All it does is scare the shies and has her out the worms. Kick now for Langhorne Creek. They kick it out towards the interchange gate, and that was probably a good pass to the interchange steward. A little poke in the back there. No play on's the call from the umpire. They're hugging the boundary. Matty Dominish gets it up. A good kick forward, taken right between the eyes. There is Langhorne Creek, right between the interchange gate.
Shannon Jones, I reckon.
Jones, is it?
Jonesy, yeah.
He's doing a lot of traffic waving out there, and the kick in the middle is another poor kick forward. Comes up to Big Haskett. Oh, Darcy Clifford, I think, has got hold of Big Brad. Big Brad's come to ground, and the call here, I would probably say Brad would have been in trouble.
He got a boot to the ball.
He got a boot to
Yeah.
it. Ball comes over. Big Bass, he does the rucking duel on his own. Matty Tonkin gets it out the back door. Blackwell gets it, gets that ball, Cradium screaming on through. Double take to it, but at the bottom of the pack it is Matthew Dominish. He not going nowhere. The umpire will come in and ball it up. Popperwell just flicks it straight up there, gets the ruckman straight onto the job, and it's not going anywhere.
Lally. Wrapped up.
He says no. Up they go again. Plenty of pushing and shoving going on there. Plenty of pony riding. Blackwell with the footy. No, he hasn't got the footy. It's stolen from him. Up over the top, stolen back to Matty Dominish. He's starting to get back to his painful best, Matty Dominish, isn't he? Back in the centre circle. Umpire will have the footy again. Umpire Ian, you can have a crack at Poppy. See if he can get clear the footy out of
Poppy
there.
get this footy, throw it up quickly. Seller and Basco at it again. Ball comes down. Rennie overruns the ball. Handball comes out to Tonkin. He's wrapped up by Scott, and we'll have another ball up in the still in the centre of the ground. Popperwell gets it going quickly again. Bass gets a hand to it this time. Players dive on top of the ball. Handball comes out. Lally puts a tackle on. Tonkin somehow gets the ball out. It comes out to Scott. He goes down looking for Meagle. Meagle picks the ball
Good
up,
recovery.
snaps around the corner, and there's a loose man in defence here, which is Curtis Perry for Langhorne Creek. He picks it up, goes short to
Out
his
the full.
teammate in Arbin.
No, he's
and
kicked it over the full, too close
missed
to
him.
boundary.
Missed him, and
Costly.
the ball's gone over the line and out of bounds. And is that looks like
Warmington.
No, Toddy Martin.
Todd Martin. I can't quite see around the corner there.
Toddy Martin with the footy. Your footy will come back in a flight to you in a minute, Ian. He stuck him right deep into the pocket.
You'd think he might score from here, though.
Oh,
It's-
yeah, but that's a kick's an
it's-
absolute
He has
shocker.
scored, but it's just a minor one. And Willunga go to 1 goal 2 now,
Two,
I think
yep.
it is.
They put it up on the leg.
It's 2 goal 2 to 1 goal 2.
That's right, the
And they
FPH
put all
scoreboard. Ball comes back into play, pushes up, Langhorne Creek get it over. Up on this forward flank, goes back, goes up. This is going to be out in the full. So it'll be a return one over here to Langhorne's, Willunga. And Willunga will take it through Danny Irvine to drive it
Now
back
we've got
in.
it. It's not hard to run the
Still
scoreboard.
quite
is it?
You just need to take one off the creeks and put it onto Willunga, I think.
Yeah, the kids at Myponga don't get paid that much for that. So anyhow, he had to go over the fence to get it. So it comes back now to Danny Irvine for Willunga. Second quarter here in the final. Goes up, drives this one, hangs it out there. Should have gone more to the centre. Goes up, off hands, goes over the boundary line now. On the forward flank there. That wind's going to push it to that pocket. So Willunga really need to push it more back into the centre. But like I said, if they crowd it up in this big pack, they need to open it up. Boundary umpire with it here. Around the 50-metre arc, swings it in low and down it goes. Bass goes up for it, can't get it down, comes over, picks all up, drives back into it, Willunga. 3 onto 1 there, and he turns around and goes back, and the umpire has no alternative but to come in to bounce it. Up he goes, throws it in the air. Bass gets it, throws it all out. Creeks drop the ball, umpire says play on, goes out there, wraps it all onto there, and he turns around, it'll be a repeat of this ball up once again. Gets up, hands the ball back to Sventon. goes onto there, goes out. Bass gets it, wraps it all up into his body. Then he breaks out, pushes the handball out. Out it goes wide, goes over to the Burdett for the Willunga, goes off. He gets tackled, pushed forward, goes out to it. No, picked up. Willunga come in, tackle on the player and gets it, and turns around. Burdett's hanging on by the shorts off to Kellogg there, I reckon. He says, "You're not going anywhere," and the ball was 5 metres away. Turns around, comes off. Dominish gets it for the Creeks. Puts it up there onto the wing, turns around, picked up, handball goes over, picks up beautifully to Jackson Dallets for the Creeks, goes up there, out it goes. Willunga tried to pick it up there, and that one there was Mills, Harrison Mills. He goes off, finds his player on the full and the centre half back pot. Goes in the centre, you're going to watch this, come back and read it well, was Langhorne's crop, Matty Tonkin, goes off, drives in the pocket, here we go, turned around, quick round, Lockie McGregor, got it, turns around, there she is.
Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Well stolen by Matty Tonkin. Started from him. It was a good steal and a
It's
good
just
one.
that short kick again, don't they? They're not hitting the targets fast enough.
Frosty conditions. Ball with Ricey. Up they go again. Probably no one can got it down. Kellogg with the clearing kick and jammed it on the boot. Kick dropped forward. Chance here for Willunga to clear the football. Can they clear it out? They can out there through Irving, I think it was. He kicked, not marked to the back. Now picked up by Rogers. Rogers has got a little bit of time to think about what he's going to do. Kicked it straight down to Meagle's throat. Yeah, he might have should have just kicked it in note then, because Meagle's got the footy. Can he keep the daisy cutter down? He does.
There.
He does. Goes back down to Willunga. Deep in the pocket. They've gone for a long raking shot at goals off target. Minor score only. Willunga should probably pop up to 1 goal 3 to Langhorne Creek. 3 goals 3 on the FPAG scoreboard.
Certainly is. They've tied the points up, but Willunga need to get a move on. They need to get another one. They couldn't score against that breeze in the first quarter, and the Creeks have managed to do that. So the ball must be out over the back. Yep, got it. Durham's got it now. Comes off. Probably all sides should come this top side. It's a bit harder for the ball there, and he does. Steps out, comes over, drives this ball up. There's the wind, pushing it towards the boundary line. Up they go. Can't get it in front. Willunga. Creeks get it. Turn around. Handball out wide. Comes out to Blackwell. Blackwell turns. Goes back. Comes out the wing. Lockie McGregor comes up. Bingo in front of his eyes. Kicked the last one. Now he's on the defensive side of the wing on the scoreboard side, our side here with the ball. He's looking, he's waiting for set up something. He drives it up and down. That's going to go close. Up and down, turns around, thumped out there. Comes over to Kellogg. Kellogg gets it. He gets wrapped up, goes down. Umpire Rice comes in for a ball up right in front of us on this wing here on this side. Sets it up in the air. Hunt gets up there, pushes it out for Willunga. Up and down it goes for Willunga. Out she goes. McGregor goes up, thumps it down forward. Willunga can't pick it all up. Hunt comes out, pushes all over. Burdett gets in onto it. Umpire comes in, and Umpire Rice has to ball it up on the wing position again, and that's good to see. Hunt picks up picks up there in Caleb Howe and lifts him up. And they come. Creeks get it, go forward, goes up forward, almost down there. Seller can't get to it, goes off on the ground there, gets around, wrapped around onto there, comes out wide there over to you, Nifty on blind.
Yeah, Matty Dominish is still fighting for the footy up on the boundary line. Big Seller nearly got his finger mitts to it, but not quite. The big fella's moving all right this week. I thought he'd come up a little bit ginger after last week. He put in an absolute ripper last week. Yeah, still got a couple of quarters to go. Umpire Dave Curran, look at up in the middle again. Seller gets the mitts to it, dumps it down again. Well done. Backwards it goes to Matty Dominish, pops it in the air, goes to the square, and McDonald, a good mark, taken down there over Cleggett. McDonald plays on quickly as Hoffman deep out on the wing. Oh, he's spilt it, gone to the boundary line. There's a chance for Langhorne Creek to repel the footy. Oh, a long, high raking handball. Well done by Callum. Good tackle by Willunga. And it's been rewarded with the tackle and holding the footy. Yes?
Yep.
The footy to pop back up and come out again.
McDonald again. He's been pretty solid down there.
Yeah, it's been real good, hasn't he? Willunga to kick a footy back in again. Hoffman can't get his big mitts. Oh no, that's Fenton. Fenton gets it on the double take. Back down to Rennie. Rennie, little dribble up underneath the ground. Now Hoffman comes into play. Centres it up. The 2-1s go battle. Picked it up, but if there's by Dallas. He can't get all the footy. Willunga with the football, rolling with it. The umpire will come in and ball on. It's gone to ground. And buried. She's starting to pick up a bit of pace this game now, isn't it? Urgency comes in for goals. Ball comes in.
Great clash.
And that was friendly fire too, I think.
Yep. No, I think it was Fenton ran into the back of Howe, his shoulder, but ran into him from behind. It was just an unfortunate accident, really.
Yeah, as I said, the head clash in the back with the player coming through, and just caught him. Friendly fire on it, but he's down. The trainer's there, and he's given a he's given a free kick. No, I think something might have been said.
I think that would have been something that was said. By the way the players are looking at the umpire and the way the umpire reacted, there was something that was said.
Really can't kick over the top of a trainer.
Yeah, I reckon someone probably said, you can't do this. You got to get on with it. But he was in the hands of the trainer.
Yeah,
so
no,
you have to hold it.
No, well done. Don't. Yep. He stopped it up, brought it back. Just said, look, just hang fire for a minute. Oh, it is Fenton.
He doesn't have much luck against Langhorne Creek, does he?
I'd cross that off my itinerary when it comes to play there.
Then to add insult, the umpire crosses him arm and says, blood rule. At least he gets the player on there.
He went in. It was friendly fire. It was just one of those footy crashes. They're going in so hard.
Oh yeah, it was just he just ran into him from behind, and I think he might have copped the shoulder or the back of a head into his nose. There's certainly nothing untoward about it.
He's run off the last 20 metres on his own, so that's a good sign. Anyway, we're going in with Haskett. Here we go again. Haskett with the football. Loads up, just goes to the long, big bombers. A lot of Langhorne Creek players down there, but big Hunties down there. So to Meagle. Meagle's foot is smothered. And I reckon boundary umpire will come into play. It is. It's smothered him over the boundary. Got the players run onto the ground here. Round ball with the footy, throw it back in again. Up tempo, the pace goes again. The 217s do battle. Big Hunty might sit in the front seat, gets the handball out. Good, clever kick from Willunga. Squares it back up. Big fella, Jakey Stanfield pulls in a big one in the big basket, right in the kickoff square. So Trev, you can put the mockers on him. I'll write it down, and you'll say you won't miss this one. You won't miss this.
This ball could finish up in the Myponga reservoir.
A couple of weeks ago, Big Jakey brought his own footy. He had the first 4 or 5 goals on the board, I reckon. They wouldn't let anybody else score from Willunga. That was in the first half.
So in he comes, steadies himself, drives it. He's happy. Umpire goes 1 step to the side, comes back. There she goes.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Flurio, we're in your field.
Because the winner of this one goes straight on to the grand final. And next the loser goes on to play the winner out of tomorrow's game out of Mount Compass and Langhorne Creek. McLaren down at McLaren tomorrow. Ball comes back up in the middle. Tap down, umpire will come in again.
Yes, and we'll have a repeat throw up right in the centre of the ground. Ball goes up. Hunt thumps it forward, but only as far as Kellogg. He gets it, just gets tackled. Too slow, and great tackle there from Rennie. He'll go up forward and play onto his left boot. Out here looking for Bass, all on his own. He drops a sitter, and ball goes to the ground, and the player is wrapped up. But well, Big Bassy wouldn't drop too many like that.
No, you don't see that out by himself too. You'd think he'd take that one, but yeah, and they needed it. Up she goes in the pocket. Seller gets it for the creeks, puts it back down to his little fleeters, mosquito fleet in there, and she goes out over the boundary line. The boundary umpire will come in, yes he does, for a throw in there, deep in the pocket there for Willunga. Over opposite the change rooms here, on this top side of the oval. Goes it in, he gets them pretty low, goes out, Bass gets it over, comes out, Willunga gets it, he gets wrapped up, knocked out, comes back down, creeks are piling in onto here, they can't get out of it, and the umpire will come in now, pop a well, and it'll be a ball up pretty well much on the 50 metre arc, centre half forward. Up she goes, nobody gets to there at all by the time the ruckman comes, Creeks get it, tried to handball it out, sock it off the ground, off it goes forward, comes out there, Tonkin gets it, can't get away with it. Willunga got the spot on there. Tonkin comes in. He gets all up, done, wraps all Tonkin around onto there, and it'll be a ball up here by the central umpire on the true wing on our side, right in front of us. So it gets up there. That was Cameron McDonald for Willunga. Goes up they go. Oh, that's going to be high. You can't hit him over the head with it, but Willunga recovered well. Goes off quickly there. That one went out to Lachlan Scott. Goes off, goes over, and it's defensive one by Sell-off for the Langhorne Creek in the back lines. He's taking his time. He just wants to waste the clock on here. Drives it up. You see the wind pushing that ball down. Up they go. Oh, good grab by Hunt. Hunt now steps inside. Handballs off. Goes over. Comes around into Haskett. Haskett gets his boot finally. Goes off deep, and it's all Creeks. That is poor decision making there. Straight to two Creek players. Creeks now swap over. They come on this near side to us, comes over too far, up they go, Blackwell goes up, grab. One hand, and he drags it back in. Still on the back flank though, but they've got it out of that area where the wind comes up.
Anybody order a pizza? That was a good grab.
Comes up, goes out, up they go, Haskett can't get it, Hunt gets it, and he'll get that one on the second grab, and the umpire pays it. Now he goes off, into the centre, and he finds his player there. Oh, get him back off the mark now. How go, goes over there to Willunga to Hoffman. Hoffman loads it, bang, drives out. That's the one you want. That's the kick you want. Umpire said.
Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale Quarry Direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies. 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421.
And Ricey back in the middle with the football, and Hunt gets up, goes up, gets a tap down to Warmington.
There goes
just as the siren goes.
Yes.
So, half time here, we know the scoreboard is incorrect. We have got it down here on our FBA scoreboard as a tied game at 3 goals, 3 apiece.
That means we have to start all over again.
Yep, I'll quickly go on to the goals for Willunga, Tyson Hoffman, Jake Stanfield and Brian Fenton. For Langhorne's Creek, Kane Rogers, Matt Dominish and Lachlan McGregor.
Well, won't it be interesting if, Kevin, all your hard work typing up that draw rules mightn't go astray. It'd be love to have a draw in the A grade of this game here, because this has turned into an absolute classic at the moment. Both sides tied away. At half time there, and back in the studios, this is 90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and on YouTube.
It's footy finals fever. The Great Southern Football League's footy finals are finally here. Who will win the holy grail of local football?
Clarence.
Mount Compass. Langhorne Creek.
Willunga.
Bulldogs. Join Happy FM as we take you on a journey through the finals to the ultimate destination, the GSFL Grand Final on Saturday 18th of September, with our expert commentary team, Kevin Curran. Kevin puts it straight through the goal. Neville Miller. And Trevor Pryor.
Turns around, picks it up, handball.
Calling all the action. Every finals game live streamed via the Happy FM website.
Hi, I'm Jamie, manager at Telstra Store Victor Harbour. If you need help with anything tech related, we're here to help.
If you're having problems with your phone or internet, we can give you a bit more help than just telling you to turn it off and on again.
And if you need a new phone or entertainment bundle, we can show you some options. And this is
So feel free to pop in for a friendly chat anytime. We look forward to seeing you at Telstra Store Victor Harbour soon.
At Shed Boss, we don't just build sheds, we engineer them. We build to your individual requirements, from residential to commercial, large or small. Everybody's needs are different. Built with premium Australian-made steel, our patented bracket system and concrete anchored foot bracing, constructed by licensed shed builders, means you'll get an affordable quality carport, rural or commercial shed. Shed Boss. Built strong, built right.
South Coast Realty is an independent, locally owned and operated real estate business, incorporating sales and property management of both permanent and holiday rentals. We're heavily involved in the local community, with offices in Victor Harbour and Normanville. Our professional and friendly staff can assist you with all your real estate needs. With well over 6,000 registered buyers on our database, all wanting to purchase properties on the South Coast, we really do stand out in the crowd. South Coast Realty, helping you stand out in the crowd. Give us a call today. The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service. Enjoy. Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the South Coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
I find this over one of the hardest of filming because when the ball goes over there, it's that far away. It's so far away, and it's hard trying to follow that ball because people wearing red. Yeah. I think you do a lot. You do a mighty job just to follow the ball. Yeah, it's hard to find. obviously try and just pretty well for concentration. See that wind today slowing down. Even if it's up in here, it's trying to get it. Yeah.
To a score that they can get in the last quarter. They're coming home with the wins.
I think last time we played it was like that. After the last time.
Yeah, they got. Yeah, it was 1 point difference, I think, at half time. It's a very similar game. If it was trying like win, it would be a different game. I think Glenmore Creek will have a better.
We can get two sides that are kind of even.
Nobody out.
We are going to finish early though, aren't we? Probably about
We only got Trevor and I only got the old rig up. Was that cold? She gave me the nuts to put on the bolts and I couldn't. My fingers were frozen, I can't do it.
Your fingers are frozen.
Yeah, Trev's going to be hiding the back. He's coming over to set up and that next kick.
The ex-girlfriend picture. I've had some beautiful pictures.
yeah, you had some ones.
Yeah,
they're good. I can get some more of those big packs. I used to work with big packs.
Ian's old shop for Brian.
Tried them before, but those middle ones, ex-girlfriend pissed off with their umpires are coming back out. So.
Best weather out, they've all gone into.
Hey, so you've got another current out there umpire as well. Something that it looks like.
Well, you see, Ian Curran must have something to do with the umpire.
He's commentating now, but one out there looks like
Tuesday, W board trio
players have got off of out of the nice warm change rooms and come back out on the grounds warm up. Langhorne Creek are down warming up. Willunga's doing a few run-on throughs down in there, goal square down there. Umpires look pretty happy about standing out in the middle. And not long now we'll get things rolling. We're all tied away. 3 goals, 3 apiece. Well, last time there, Willunga had to chase down 5 goals. So, and they went away comfortable victors. But this one's sort of like, as he called it, Ian, it was a bit of ducks and drakes to keep an off-ski of hanging on to the football into the scoring end as long as you can, and you've got to get away and use your end. Well, it hasn't happened either of them at the moment, has it?
No, but the first time they played each other at Langhorne Creek, the Creeks were quite a way down that day, so both the two previous games, the teams had come from behind, and well, that ended up in a draw. And
well, who's coming from behind? When
there's no one coming from behind.
So it's going to be a
today.
Draw.
Lucky you filled out those forms, Kevin. We might be using them.
It's
draw at full time. Well, we're lucky we started early.
Well,
Maybe that's why we started early.
You know the rules for a draw now after what happened last week.
We know. We didn't have a problem. There was some others who were getting a bit confused.
We don't let the president anywhere near the umpires. That's what the rules are. Kevin's printed them all up and handed them out liberally around all the cars in the today. Everybody's got a copy of what happens in a draw. Very rare. Last draw I had here, I was actually goal umpire in the draw, and it was here
in a reserves
grand
match. Final. Yeah, that was in Cannon Bay and McLaren in the reserves.
In the reserves grand final. What a great game that was too. And it was a lot warmer day. I remember that too.
Yeah, it was shorts and t-shirt weather that one.
T-shirt that day, yeah.
Well, they are today, but they're still in the clothes drawer, I hope.
Yeah.
Because, mind you, there's a few Myponga people here getting around in them.
Bazza Clark.
Telling me it's 10 degrees on my phone.
Bazza Clark, owner of Fluorio Milk, I seen him walking over there, short sleeves and his damn shorts on. Oh,
anyhow, we're just about to get underway.
There we go.
Now the umpire raises it.
Umpire Dave Curran. Brother alongside us here in the commentary box. Up they go again. No one really got hold of that ruck and duel in there. Matty Dominish has got the footy. Fenton's got hold of Matty Dominish.
Good to see Fenton back out there.
It is. Especially you get a long layoff and you only got half a game. You'd be really peeved, wouldn't you? Bass with the footy. Gets it, jams it up on the boot. So a bit of daisy work going up on here. Creek player got hold of the footy. Blackwell doesn't get it. He gets it to Kellogg. Kellogg jams it on the boot. Marking contest there, no one's going to bring it down. Jones is in there, doesn't, to Fenton. Back it out goes to Nelson. Nelson, can he find a target? Oh yes he can, he's got Meagle on his own in the square, in the circle. Meagle, where can he drive? Oh, he's got a few out this side. If they clear it this side, they can still go. Big Jakey Stanfield could come into play if he wanted to. It's gone backwards to Burdett.
We'll go back in the centre again.
Let's just keep coming now. Here they come. Jakey's coming down the wing to help him out.
Warmington.
So Miles Warmington is at centre wing on the far side of the oval, right in front of us here. Myponga. Warmington's kick up in there. The big fellas have to go up. Well, at the back of the pack, Benny Arbin just flew at the back over there and took a comfortable mark.
That's made, isn't it? Kicking like that into a forward with the lines.
Ben Arbin just goes short. Wasn't the best kick, but it's found the skipper in Curtis Perry. Curtis Perry goes across the oval and finds Durham. Still conceding that ground, Langhorne Creek, but they're doing it okay. So Durham, he finds a good target. He finds Clifford. Darcy Clifford with the 40. Chips it up in the air looking for Ben Arbin again. Found him from one side of the ground to the other. And he's probably identical to where he took the last mark, at the other side of the oval. Arbin loads up, down the line, through Lally's fingers at burst. Now with Lockie McGregor, he's come in, ran into the players. And the umpire said, you're not ducking it, you can't run into him with your head down.
The trouble is his head's only down anyway. It's
3
not
foot
much
off,
height of it.
3 foot off the ground. Umpire again flicks the footy up in the air to Ruckman go up for it. Even ruck, socket off the ground. Comes out wide. It's a race to the boundary line. I think the boundary umpire will win there, Ian.
Certainly will, and the ball will be thrown in between the coaches' boxes on the clubroom side here at the Myponga Oval. The sun's trying to shine, but it's still pretty cold outside. Ball comes back into play, and Bass in front takes it on his chest, comes across to Fenton. He can't grab hold of the ball. Ball comes up, players wrapped up, and we'll have a ball up right where the throw-in came in. Bass grabs it out of ruck, and the players wrap each other up, and we're going to have another ball up. Another one, and we'll see a free kick.
Here's your theory coming into play.
And players go across, and players wrapped up there, and we've another ball up in the same spot. The ball's been here for about 30-40 seconds, hasn't moved, and Bass and Cleggett go up again. Ball comes out to the Willunga player. Jones picks it up for Langhorne's Creek. He's thrown to the ground, and umpire's not panicking and pulling out a free kick just yet. But Bass goes up, grabs it out of ruck, he handballs to a teammate, comes across to Fenton. Fenton kicks down the line looking for Stanfield, but the ball goes over the line, and I think it was taken out of bounds by the player
and then ran over.
And ran over. So we've got a boundary throw in now. And ball will come back into play pretty much in the same position as it was before. And Big Bass earning his money today in the ruck, and ball comes down here. Kellogg goes in for Langhorne Creek with Fenton, and we've got yet another ball up nifty.
Right, change umpires, Trev.
Off we go over there. Bass comes out with it, pushes it up, comes out through there in to the creeks, and that one there was Curtis Perry. He goes off, goes back to that centre wing position, right in front of the interchange gates there. Umpire comes in and turns around, is going to set himself up for another ball in. In he goes. That's a good throw in, that one. Goes up, goes over the back, comes out there. Curtis Perry tries to get away with it and can't get to it. He gets wrapped up, and we've got there, but we have a change of umpires here, which is good. So
Well, Seller and Bassett, was that a 50-50 umpires call? You're both hanging on each other. They both fell on the ground. Here we go again.
There they go. Up. They're just there.
And they're keeping on with it this time.
Yep. There's a bit of cheek to cheek there. Goes out. Now that comes round to Haskett. Haskett for Willunga. Goes off. Goes up over the back. Tyson gets onto there. Tyson Hoffman can't get into it. Goes off and is picked out by the Creeks out the back. Quick kick goes off. Then they come out here. Blackwell sets up. Tonkin gets it. Looks as the handball, still goes in, can do, picks up Curtis Perry. He drives off now, the skipper for the Creeks. Goes up, set up, Lockie, goes up, but can't get to it, and the thumb comes away. Picks up there, turns around, kicked out by Willunga. Turns around, Burdette gets it, they run into each other, Willunga players. Turns off, and look at that, off the side of the boot, that's how bad it was, and gets around onto here. Turns around, it comes out there, Big Jakey can't get to it. She goes over the boundary line on the forward flank for Willunga's attacking zone.
Now tell me, with those ones, with those two ruckmen, would you rather see that let go, or would you rather like the AFL where it's ruck raffle?
They both do it, let it go. You can't ping one.
Keep the ball moving.
Anyway, up they go there, goes out there, goes out, and then Haskett goes out to Meagle. Meagle gets up, he gets wrapped up and turned around. The umpire says no chance there, so he turns around and gets up. And that one there then was tackling there with Jed Ruthie.
Here we go again.
Up they go, they play handies again. Out they come, Kellogg gets it out, goes round to Blackwell. Blackwell goes off, over the top. Turns around, almost could have paid that when the late spoil come in. Comes out wide here, comes out again to the Creeks. Turns around in Warren. Warren gets up, steps back inside, drives it in, kicks it off. That's off the side of the boot too, and that will be a return kick to Willunga on the back flank this time. Third quarter here at the Myponga Oval, and they'll turn around in this final. Winner goes into the grand final. Up it comes, goes up, Bass goes up, turns around, can't quite get it, comes down. Haskett gets it, handball's off, that's the one in the centre, goes off again, handball goes round. Out they go to Meagle. Meagle gets it, goes off, but he can't get it out far enough. Comes around quickly out there, that one goes off there to Dominish. Dominish goes off. Into the centre, the Creeks now is going hot. Dominish dropped it like a hot salve. Goes down into there. Willunga picked it all up. Out they go. Burdette will grab onto this one. Keeps his feet. Beautifully balanced player. Comes out, kicks it out there, and bang on the chest here of the leading Jake Stanfield. He's on the wing though. He's come out a long way from full forward. Drives up. Look at that one curl around. Goes out. Hunt. She gets wrapped up. Didn't have the ball. Flicked out the back there by the Creeks. Got away with that one. Comes to Stacks on the mill here. And umpire Curran comes in on the forward flank for Willunga for a ball up. He's just seesawing here. Nobody can really get out of it. Oh, up they go. Lockie's in the centre. It goes down. Turns around, picked up beautifully by there. Willunga tries to get it, wraps all up, wraps the player up. He can't come out, and the umpire will repeat it once again in virtually exactly the same spot. Turns around, needs a break out here. There it goes, over the shoulder. You've got to pay those ones when they come out when they're doing it. Handball goes off, goes around quickly there to Altus. Altus goes up for Willunga, up in the full forward. Here he goes. Handball comes out to Meagle. Meagle goes out, turns around, goes over, and he got it off there, stretched into there, Rennie. And it turns around. The Creek player just couldn't quite get his hands to there, and that was Jed Rothy. And it's just, Rennie had his knees on the ground and took it on his chest. This is going to be probably 32 metres out, just about in front. It's downhill from there, but he's going to be kicking into the wind, so he needs to make sure he puts it bold, goes in. Guess what? He's put that one on his narrow side. That goes down to it's the side that he leans on for a minor score, but at least it puts Willunga in the front there on the FBA scoreboard. They go to 3 goals to the Creeks 3-3.
Derham it is with the 40 to bring it back in again. Going club room side, loads up a big one, drops it back up and nearly up into the centre. A good mark. Taken back down there by Arbin. Arbin with the 40, loads up another long bomb. They're going coast to coast. Punched out. Off hands it comes from Langhorne Creek to Willunga to the boundary line. A quick hurried handball it is through the interchange goes. Picked up by Cleggett. Cleggett gives it back off to the teammate. That might have been Dallets out there. He's kicked it to the man on the mark. It's come off his behind and gone out of bounds. The boundary umpire will hoik it back in. Yeah, goals are worth gold here at the moment. Who can break open this game? Boundary umpire. In. Seller. Back. None of them get it. Quick handball comes up again. Chance for Altus. Runs onto the footy. Can't really grab hold of it and can carry it. Comes off his hands. And Langhorne Creek and Alderson and he did.
He gets it.
And he gives it to Jones.
He came in the aggressive.
Well, the retaliator Trev, you said, are on more tribunals than anybody in this room, I think, or no, apart from Kev at the back. And you know the retaliator is always the loser, and we've got a blood rule as well after all that one. So a few changes amongst and Shannon Jones lucky to come up with a free kick. Yeah. So Jones with the kick, loads up, inside 50 it is for him. Mills, big punch away to the boundary line. Dallets after it, can't get hold of it. And the boundary umpire in amongst the faithful over there, Ian. Will be a boundary umpire throw in.
There will, just around from the point post for Willunga.
Plenty of feeling in this game, isn't
there? There isn't. It's tight. It's like a no one can break out at the moment. It's like a boxing match, isn't it? Where they're just still feeling each other out. Handball comes over to Dominic. He drops the ball, picks it up on the ground, gets tackled, and we'll have a ball up in the same spot. The ball hasn't moved from that boundary throw in. And the big crowd over there in front of the ball up. The Langhorne Creek player goes up and tapped down from Willunga, and it's tackled to the ground, and we're going to have another ball up. It's been the story of the quarter so far, and ball comes down there. Warmington gets a handball over for Willunga. They need to touch that before it goes over the boundary line. And
yeah, you're right.
We've got a discussion here as to whether it was out.
Seller's taking it anyway.
Oh, he wants it.
Whether it was out, and here we go. The umpire's sorting this out as to whether it was touched before it went over the line or not. And it's a free kick. It's they've come up with a decision, and that is that James Seller will have the ball, and he'll probably either have a shot or put this right into the teeth of goal here. He's put it up high. Lockie McGregor goes up over the back, can't get it. Fresh air shot there from Dallets. He missed the ball.
Tied up again.
And it's gone over the line for a minor score, Trev.
Certainly is. So it ties it up once again. 3-4 apiece.
Birdie it is.
Turn around, Burdett with the ball. He'll more than likely come to our side towards the camera on this side, which he does because it makes it hard to kick it in. The wind's carrying it. In it goes, up the top, goes out. The Creeks drop it out the back. Blackwell picks it all up, drives it back in. That's the spot you need to put it into the pocket. Willunga thump it all out, goes away. Meagle picks up the ball, goes off, turns around. He gets tracked down by into there in Dominish. Turns around, the ball comes back over the diving mark there to Willunga and turns around and picks it all up there. and they will relieve on the back flank, right in front of the crowd under there. They're gradually coming out under the veranda.
Out in the sun.
Yep. Turn around. You see it up here at Myponga now and again. He comes across now and goes right into this back pocket here. So they've made no advantage but gone from one side to the other. Goes back in. Finds his player out there quickly, and that one goes around to Warmington. Warmington for Willunga. Still in the back flank. Turns around. Now he gets told to play on. Drives up. Puts it all up. Hunt has to come up for this one. Goes up. Can't get to it. Turns around off hands. She goes over the boundary line here on the forward flank for Langhorne's Creek. Right on their side of our commentary here.
Points are
we set up.
Scores are a premium. The scoreboard can't even put that low.
Oh
point
yeah,
up.
and finals are important. Up they go. Oh, that's a bad one by the boundary umpire. Short. The ruckman could only just get there. In it comes Willunga. He gets rolled into, Ratton out to it. Didn't have the ball. Turned around, bird out under it. Handball goes out beautifully there. Comes out there now. Off it goes out here. Turns around. That's a good strong mark out there to Langhorne's Creek. Comes around quickly Damien James. James now drives that ball forward again. Out they go. Oh. That's a good one. Pay that one. Yes, umpire has. It's a relieving mark.
Lucky they spoiled each other then.
They did, yeah. Yeah, he virtually only lost it on when he hit the ground.
There's not a lot of talk out there, eh? Like, both sides are fault at it.
Pressure now, isn't it? He comes out and he swaps it again. Blackwell goes up. Haskett goes up. And there's strong hands to Haskett. He missed the game here, so he's just a bit of tightness in it. Comes in, drives it up. He's got a boot. Look at the wind, pick that one down. Goes out onto there. Willunga turned around and Tonkin gets the handball for the Creek. Goes out, goes too far. 2 on to 1 here goes on. Beathy wraps him up. Curran comes in to have a ball up right here on the true wing position, right in front of our commentary box. Up she goes, turns around, Hunt gets it, out it comes, handball goes back, turns around, oh, comes out high, goes over the boundary umpire's right there, picks it all up, and he'll come back to another throw in. Just needs to get this one up in the air, but it's the other one, the other lad here, this one probably gets him up all right, I think. That's better. That's a good one. Up she goes. Ruckman goes up. Turns around over the back. Kellogg gets it. Drives it all off. Wynn got that one. Takes it all out. That's over the boundary line. Untouched. And will be a relieving kick to Marcus Burdett for Willunga in the back pocket there. Nifty.
Yeah, Birdman. Kick-in duties.
Say hi to Mum and Dad.
Yeah, hi to Mum and Dad. Yeah, it's still locked down over there in Victoria. The Birdman's having a good one again. Ball comes back up again. The kick was a big one there. Arbin, though, it's set up for him. Arbin with the football. Derung, he balks. He brings it over to the skipper in Perry. Curtis Perry now loads. Longbone looking out there for the big fella in Rogers. Couldn't get him. Back of the pack, Willunga. They're pretty miserable. McDonald rakes out the handball over to the birdie again. Whoopsie, he's making a little bit too high. No ducks as the umpire. Plans the call. Handball's no good. It's come off hands, says the boundary umpire.
Couldn't pay that one under pressure, like that one.
Not when he was getting screwed into the ground.
Yep.
Boundary umpire with the footy. Bring it back in again, deep in the pocket. Can someone get a score out of it while we're this close to a pocket? Scores are a premium.
That's a better throw-in, boy.
It is.
Still short, but
no, Ruckman got to it again. Sellard with it. Back in again. Back door it goes to the Birdman again. Marcus Burdett gets it out to Big Jakey. You got to take them, Jakey. You got to get it down the other end for your side. Can't get it off hands again. Boundary umpire will come into play. Times are ticking and scores are a premium. Point each only in this quarter. Boundary umpire to bring it back in. Rogers and Hunt it is to do the battle. Rogers tries to lay off the footy. What's we got there? Whistle. And what do we got out here? Got
I don't know. I reckon someone in the crowd. I reckon.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They all sort of.
They're all looking at the boundary umpire, and they're saying, "Well,
wasn't me.
Yeah,
I threw it in."
Central umpire never stopped.
No, David's thrown it in. Don't know about that one, but gone through a throw in again. Blackwell overruns the footy, comes up second dig to Jones. Jones with it. Shannon Jones runs his full 15, pumps out the handball to Matty Tonkin. Matty Tonkin does the pirouette, gets it kicked away as he's brought down. Ball loose. Dispute. It will be top of the square. Where's McGregor? Can't get there. Comes out to Lally. He couldn't get on it. Player there swung off. It comes to Matty Dominish. The raking handball. Can it find a target? Oh, yes, it can. Lockie McGregor wheels around the body and missed it. Pacemaker on the hand there for the goal umpire. 1 point only. 3 goals. 5 now. Langhorne Creek to Willunga. 3-4 on the FP Ag scoreboard. For old FBA's not getting much of a pump today, are they?
No, yeah,
Hey.
he's only the odd score now and again, so we'll get onto it. Here we come. Willunga now drives this ball back in. On this dead side they're trying to go for. Up they go, and that's a good strong mark there to the Willunga side. He goes up, comes out there, goes up. Oh, that's Leighton in front, but it's a mark taken anyway, which goes around to Todd Martin. Martin for Willunga, still on this back flank though, only just forward of the wing here. Goes up, puts it all up. Look at the wind, push that one down. Hunt goes up, that's a good one. Hasn't taken too many of them, but it's been one or two, so that's a good one on it. That's not even 15, Jake. Get away from there. Even I can see that. So there he goes. Hunt puts it up. Look at the wind pushing that out. Look at that. Comes out late, goes off, picks it all up. Handball goes out, but he misses it. Goes out quickly out there to Damien Jones for the Creeks. There they go, breaking away quickly in domination. Jake goes out up the forward flank. Thump away. Willunga, where the ball goes over, they just get to it. Handballs into his man coming in, still gets taken out as a free kick to Willunga on the wing, right over the clubroom side. No, what's he doing? Oh, he's gone right back to the, yeah, I thought the player with it, and I thought, well, he's still asking, so it was a free kick behind there going up into it. Haskett drives the ball right up for Willunga. Up in the flank it goes out to their defensive mark there to Willunga.
Harbin again.
Goes inside, finds himself quickly there in Durham. Durham for the Creeks now comes out to Curtis. Curtis gets it, finally gets around to it. Goes up on there, too far. Goes up, Curtis 2-on-1. That's a good move. Just have to work together here, 2-on-1. Curtis gets it, puts it all over, wraps it all up, goes under. Blackwell picks it all up, off he goes. Can't get it. Gets off, comes over to Tonkin. Tonkin steps around, goes round, handballs back in. Blackwell goes off. You must tag him because he'll always run from behind. Goes out, full forward. Seller can't get to it.
Mills.
Out comes Mills. Mills gets it back to his player in the back pocket going on. He gets tagged onto his Burdett and he turns around, goes over the boundary line, and they throw in that forward pocket. Nifty. FPX scoreboard is still turnaround is what we got 3-5 to 3-4.
Yeah, it is indeed. We'll come back into the play. Willunga is to its miserable best in the back lines there. Mills and McDonald doing a damn good job. Kick has come
That's
up
good.
underway.
Should be good.
We've got
Matt.
someone, Burdett's putting his hand up for a touch, just not. Willunga, Ian, how you seen it out there?
And well, first goal at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter, and ball back into the centre. Won't be a long quarter, almost into time on. Bass juggles around, picks the ball up, just gets away before he gets tackled. Arbin goes up for the Creeks, comes across to Clifford. He goes long down there looking for Rothy and Dominish, and it comes out the back to Scott from Willunga. Just gets a handball away before he's tackled across to Fenton. Fenton goes to Burdett, who's on the left foot. He comes across to Beath. Beath will go into the centre. Won't find his teammate. Tonkin picks it up. He's tackled, and we'll have a ball up with umpire Popplewell in the middle of the ground. He'll get it up quickly, and Seller it is, and Bass takes it out of the ruck. Can't get across. Nelson comes across to Beath. He takes a dive.
Down the ground.
No, he took a dive.
Oh, Poppy knows him.
The umpire, he's been around for a while now, Beathy, and I think
And the ball went
that
out
was
in the full, so it goes back to the Creeks.
In the Olympics, that one would have got about
10.
I reckon I would have given that about 1.2. I reckon. It comes down to Burdett picks it up for Willunga, comes across to McDonald, comes out to Nelson. Burdett kept running. He goes down the line to Rennie. Rennie will come across to Fenton in the middle of the ground. Fenton will go back and hold things up for a second, trying to find a teammate and just hold this up. We're almost at 3/4 time, so he comes across the ground back to Rennie.
I reckon
And-
Willunga will be happy if they
if they can
stop
hold
them
this.
from getting another goal.
He goes long up to half forward where big Billy Bass is, and comes down. Kellogg puts on a tackle there. Meagle comes out with the ball.
On the ball.
And didn't come out with the handball. And Dominish comes up with the free kick. He goes across to Perry, and Perry will play on.
They're out here.
Perry will play on down here to Jake Dominish. He'll come around, wheel around, and comes down to Caleb Howe, nifty.
Yeah, Caleb Howe with the football will turn and burn and go back inside again. Willie, no, he's looking. Kicked a few the last time they mate. He's a bit hesitant about it. He's going to set it up. Where's Lockie, the little flyer? He's in front of the big boss. In skipper, Sellers got the footy. Got time to control. Got time to give the handball. He gives the handball to Lockie. He's off target again. He hasn't got the sight set, Lockie. 1 point only. But that could be the whole winning point, that one. It should take Langhorne Creek up to 4 goals, 6 now to Langhorne Creek to Willunga. 3-4 on the FPAG scoreboard end.
Yeah, 1 goal, 2, so still not much. In it comes. Willunga bring the ball in. Bit of a helicopter. Goes out, turns around. Spoil comes in. Comes out the back though. Willunga pick it all up. They go back again out through there, and quickly in Darcy Scott. Goes up there with the Creeks and Durham. Have got a line set.
Go for the seller now.
Willunga just need to be smart. They're just kicking forward, and they've got everybody smothering it up the forward lines, back lines. Up they goes, up and down, turns around over the back, turns around, can't play, gets wrapped up there. Good tackle, and the umpire's going to have to come in for a ball up at virtually the full forward position with Langhorne Creek into attack. Up they go. Seller can't get it, comes out over the back, stacks onto here, goes down on the ground again. The umpire will repeat it once again.
There she
There goes the siren.
Mm.
So it works out quite good. We finished up there. So at the 3/4 mark on the FPAG scoreboard, Langhorne Creek go to 4 goals 6 to Willunga 3 goals 4.
90.1 Happy FM is Great Southern Footy on air and on YouTube.
It's footy finals fever. The Great Southern Football League's footy finals are finally here. Who will win the holy grail of local football?
Mount Gambier, Langhorne Creek,
Willunga,
Bulldogs. Join Happy FM as we take you on a journey through the finals to the ultimate destination, the GSFL Grand Final on Saturday 18th of September, with our expert commentary team, Kevin Curran, puts it straight through the goal, Neville Miller, and Trevor Pryor.
Turns around, picks it up, handball.
Calling all the action. Every finals game live streamed via the Happy FM website.
At Shed Boss, we don't just build sheds, we engineer them. We build to your individual requirements, from residential to commercial, large or small. Everybody's needs are different. Built with premium Australian-made steel, our patented bracket system and concrete anchored foot bracing, constructed by licensed shed builders, means you'll get an affordable quality carport, rural or commercial shed. Shed Boss. Built strong, built right.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Hi, I'm Jamie, manager at Telstra Store Victor Harbour. If you need help with anything tech related, we're here to help.
If you're having problems with your phone or internet, we can give you a bit more help than just telling you to turn it off and on again.
And if you need a new phone or entertainment bundle, we can show you some options. And this is
So feel free to pop in for a friendly chat anytime. We look forward to seeing you at Telstra Store Victor Harbour soon.
South Coast Realty is an independent, locally owned and operated real estate business, incorporating sales and property management of both permanent and holiday rentals. We're heavily involved in the local community with offices in Victor Harbour and Normanville. Our professional and friendly staff can assist you with all your real estate needs. With well over 6,000 registered buyers on our database, all wanting to purchase properties on the South Coast, we really do stand out in the crowd. South Coast Realty, helping you stand out in the crowd. Give us a call today. The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the South Coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies have over 40 years experience in mining and blending soils and organics. We're specialists in turf soils, landscaping and organic blends. Customised washed sands for horse arenas, sports grounds and building sands. We also have a large range of decorative stones, gravels, mulches and pine barks. From car trailers to all truckloads. Wholesale quarry direct. Mount Compass Quarry and Landscape Supplies, 86 Sandmine Road, Mount Compass. Open Monday to Friday 7am to 4pm and Saturday 7am to 11am. Phone 8556 8421. Victor Tyre Power are your local one-stop shop for all tyres, wheels and batteries. Tyre Power are Australia's biggest independent tyre retailer, which means you get the power of a big range of the big brands, expert advice and lower prices.
Get the power of a local owner and operator.
Get the power of great service that keeps you coming back.
Get the power. Victor Tyre Power, 170A Hindmarsh Road, Victor Harbour.
Get the power.
Blackwell's playing a real ripper, so they've got to clear it out the centre. Umpire Popperwell with it. And the best part of it, we see Bass and Seller do a battle again. The love-in starts. Seller wins it. Gets the tap down, but Fenton's going to be the footy. Oh, well done. The spoil comes in from the creek off the ground. Quick, happy handball comes out. Matty Dominic has got it. They know how important it is, and they stop him. Willunga double take him and put Matty Dominic on the deck. Popperwell with the footy to bring it back up in again. Not far off the centre circle. Seller comes out the back, but Big Bassy gets it and jams it on the boot. Inside 50, she's going to roll off hands. Hoffman gets it, tries to claim it, and he's just gang tackled and stuck on the deck. Umpire, come in quickly. We'll ball it up. I think Ruckman have to get some pace. They'd not get their Hunt was there for Willunga. He taps it over, but it comes down to David Warren. He clears it out to Matty Tonkin. Oh, beautiful pick up, Matty. Handball backdoor. Concedes a little ground, but the kick comes forward. Chance here for Caleb Howe. Can't get hold of the footy. And it's been punched down on the ground there. Billy Cook's down out there on him. And the boundary umpire will come into play in.
Yeah, and we'll have a ball up in the centre of the ground. Seller and Bass, they've done battle with. They've had a good, fair dinkum battle today.
Yeah, hug lugs.
And this time Seller gets the front position, gets it down to Dominic. He can't pick the ball up. The ball comes squeezed out there, and players jump on top of it. Willunga player there in Nelson appealing for the free kick, but not going to get one on this occasion, and we'll have another ball up, which has been the story of the day so far. And James Seller gets a tap down there to Warren. Pick comes around to Bass. He gets tackled, can't get the ball away, and we will reset and repeat. And umpire Popperwell will. Oh no, we're going to have a over the boundary line, and we'll have a throw in this time. I think he's sick of throwing the ball up, so he give it to the boundary umpire to bring this one back in. Bass in front this time, gets the tap down, can't come out. Ball can't get a handball out there, and this time Poppy will have to flex the arm and get that ball back up into the air trap.
Yeah, we talk about the rucks drill and look at Dominic standing
he's
in
back
with
in
Fenton and he's
terrorist
wrapping
best.
his arms around him, so he's blocking him and holding him out from getting into there, which is not illegal. It comes back, Dominic quickly goes ahead, goes out not far enough, gets to play off to Jones for the creek, goes forward, puts it all out, and that's a strong relieving mark out there to Darcy Scott. He's actually played quite good in the back line there.
Yeah, both.
Called him a lot, so yeah. So Willunga in the back lines here, turns around, gets up, doesn't really want to come this side, turns around, goes out, and he finds his player out here quickly in McDonald, Cameron McDonald in the back pocket though. It's on our top side here. The wind's going to push it down right across it. It goes towards the centre way. Hoffman goes up, can't get to it. Bass can't get it. Comes out. Hoffman gets it. Now they can break away. Out they go quickly there in Warmington. Warmington goes on. What a dead burn kick away that was. Goes out. Comes forward now. And out comes Blackwell. Blackwell for Langhorne Creek gets the recipient on the back flank. Oh, the Willunga players burning the ball. Out they come. Bass comes out to it, can't get it, takes his player down, turns around, gets all up, sidesteps around, handball goes off it comes around to Wynnum, Warren. Warren goes out, and there it is. Lachlan McGregor comes out and he takes him in front of his eyes with a jump, and he loves it that way. Turns around, looks at it, drives out it towards the pocket. Out they go, too far, one single-handed jug with the mark, and it's a good one back there to Willunga. Gets up there.
Lachlan Scott again.
Yep. So goes off, they go the back line, but he rolls it over
Damien
once again.
Jones.
You don't need this. Comes back inside, finds out, bang, it'll be paid free kick. Spoil was late going onto there, and Langhorne Creek pick it up in Darcy Clifford. Won't kick this distance into that breeze, so he's looking for someone to leave.
They can steal a goal
Goes
here,
up,
boys.
drives this one up, the wind's dropping it down right up and full forward. Out they go over the back, Willunga gets it, handed it forward. Creek's got the run, comes around in here, goes round to Jones. 26, there's no problems, he looks for it. Goal umpire says goal.
FP Ag, the name you can trust for all your farm needs. FP Ag Rural Supplies has the knowledge and know-how to help you improve your production with expert agronomy advice for your pastures, hay production and broadacre cropping, fertiliser advice and spreading, animal health strategies, fencing needs, expert viticultural advice, livestock sales options, and we also offer an on-farm delivery service. FP Ag, with 5 fully stocked branches across the Fleurieu, we're in your field.
Number 21 in Matty Dominic is the terrorist best. Ball comes up, we'll sell it. Run into Bassey, gets it though, the double take forward, it goes to Matty Tonkin. Here comes the quick play. The run on the feet seems to be working for him. Tonkin now loads up, looking for Caleb. Howe, oh, that was a bit late and a bit crude. Might have been a free kick. No, it's not. Played on. Jones, it goes over to Howe. Howe goes up to Dallets. Dallets gets hold of the footy. And Dallets was deep in the pocket.
Willunga player's only just getting up. He's not too good, so that was really in the back.
Going straight off. I reckon that might be one of the Scott boys, isn't it?
It's 35, Lachlan Scott.
Yeah, well, you can't afford to lose him right now. He's been the best up in the back line. Jackson Dallets on his way in, the kick on its way. Is it going to go? It's going to drop right in the square. The punch comes away. Willunga will concede defeat, and they will. Handballed it straight into the Creek player, knocked it on through for a minor score. So that should shift them up to, scoreboard's pretty sloppy. The 5 goals 7 to Willunga 3-4 on the FP Ag scoreboard.
And McDonald comes in, boots it right down to the middle, but Arbin almost went through his hands, but just managed. He's got Seller out on the wing on his own. He'll take the mark, slow things down a little bit.
Tie your shoelaces up.
And hasn't got much movement down forward, but it's pretty blocked up down there. But he's going to go long, and Bass is down there for Willunga. He spoils from behind, comes down to Warmington. He handballs across to Hunt. Hunt taps it across to Nelson. Durham comes through. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle, and the umpire will come in and we'll have a ball up just inside the centre square at the attacking end for Langhorne Creek. Seller and Hunt this time. Hunt gets it down to Kellogg. Kellogg's kick is smothered, comes to Jones on the rebound. He goes across to Dallets. Dallets in a tackle there, and he spun out of one, and he spun out of the first tackle, and then the second one got him, and couldn't get a handball away, and Nelson will kick across goal out to Mills for Willunga. He'll play on here and handball across over the top to one of the Scott brothers. He'll handball over the top to a player in trouble who just gets it out to Haskett. Haskett gets around back to that's Irvine for Willunga. Altus waited for it. It comes back to Scott, back to Irvine, over to Altus. Jones picks it up for Langhorne Creek. Comes across. That looks like Warren for Langhorne Creek. Handball across. Ends up with McGregor, and McGregor
missed it.
Snapped around and missed it.
3 points in a row for Lockie.
He's had a bad day in front of the sticks, hasn't he? He's kicked one, but should have had probably 3 or 4.
He's been in the mine too long down. Get out in the light. He can't get his judgment.
I tell you what, that one there could have just sent him on through the grand final, I reckon.
Turns around, now they comes in, drives this ball back in Willunga, straight up the centre, need to mark, punch comes from behind from Seller, comes down to Jones again, handballs over again, goes straight off there to Warren, goes up into there, up in the forward pocket, traps it down in the middle, and the Creeks are doing all the attacking here and controlling this game.
Was that wind turned around? I thought it was blowing down the other end now.
Yeah, probably just dropped off a bit, but it goes up, comes back into the centre, goes right out there. Creeks just getting road of each other. Turns around, Willunga try to get the ball up. Now they do, gets it all out. Handballs forward, goes underneath, goes out there, and it goes over the boundary line, and you pay that one because it was a legitimate handball, so free kick to the Creeks. Goes off, drives this ball forward now, right up in the pocket. Out they go. In the back defending line there, once again, is Willunga. Turns around, comes over, comes all out there, and he finds his player out there in
Meagle
with the ball, comes all up, goes over. Haskett gets it now for Willunga. Still in the back lines though. They need to get their horses going and get onto this. Drives it out, comes out this top side, out they go. 3 on 1 here, and that's a good strong mark by Bass. Turns around, he's got 2 blokes in the centre, look at him. He can't see him.
Too late.
Oh, he needs bifocals on. Turn around, now he goes out wide, look at this. McGregor comes out, thanks very much, doesn't get away with it, turns around, he cramps up, and he turns around, and all they get out of this is a ball up. Oh, big man like that, there's nobody in his sights, and he can't pick up 2 fellas in the centre. Up they go, Hunt goes up, pushes underneath, then he gets it, now he drives it out for Willunga. Goes forward, up on the flank, over the top they come, turns around, bang, Willunga gets thrown out of it, goes back onto it. Creeks though, too smart out there, goes up to attacking out there, turns around, he gets tackled on the wing, and it goes round, and the umpire comes in for a ball up on the wing, right on the interchange gate. Up she goes straight away. Seller pushes the ruckman out, goes over, then it comes out, Creeks get it, they wrapped out, now Willunga gets it out, turns around, puts in Haskett, screaming for it inside, can't get to it, out it goes, turn around, the Creeks now pick it all up, Kellogg gets it, goes off there quickly, now they come out wide, here he goes round onto there, thumped away by Blackwell for the Creeks, 2 on 1, and he does it, gets away, he's gone, oh, got away just in time, turn around, that's hanging on the player, didn't even bother to pick it up, Haskett sidesteps for Willunga. Now he goes forward, up and under, 3 on 1 again. You know, so the Creeks have got their back line set. Overcome to round quickly there to Tyson Hoffman. Hoffman goes bang up at those over there, over the back, bounce comes badly, turns around, Creeks get it, and it's rushed over there for a minor score to Willunga. FPA scoreboard puts them on 3 goals 5. To 3-5
bring the footy straight back into attack again. Oh, off the side of the boot. That one's going to stay inside. Can someone touch it before it goes over? Yes, they can. Ball comes in. Matty Dominish overruns the footy. Haskett says, get out of my way, Matty. Too high over the shoulder. Dominish with the footy. Give it back to him in a hurry, Brad. He does. So Matty Dominish looking to play it down the line. What's he got? Needs to set her up. Move it in. Times are plenty on their side. Drives up the footy. Target is looking for Lockie. Not going to happen for him. Willunga players spoil each other. Off the knees they handball to Fenton. Fenton gets it out to Beath. Beath switches up. Play goes way out the wide side of the oval. Is that Nelson or Rennie? It could have been out there. I'm not too sure. Ball comes out to Jakey Stanfield. Blasts through his fingers. The Creek players are fighting over the footy. Could cock it up in there. It's not going to happen. Umpire Popperwell will come in and ball up. He will, just off the centre circle. Flick it up in the air quickly. No mucking around. Let's get on with it. Ball gets tapped down to Hoffman again. Gives off the handball to the skipper in Fenton. Fenton kicks it off down the line, and the only person down there is Langhorne Creek. Takes the comfy mark and plays on quickly out. It goes to Blackwell. Blackwell's looking to run off a Meagle, and Meagle knew he was going to go and held onto him as long as he could. Send him back. Blackwood now concedes defeat and goes back into the teeth of goals. Backwards it goes to Lally. And goes out wide to
Jamie James.
Jamie James is it hiding out there in the pocket. Oh, a bit of ducks and drakes. Backwards we go up into the kick-off square again. And now Creek switch up play. Come out to Ben Arbin. Find him deep in defensive pocket. Still bringing it around the scoreboard side here. Creek through Arbin. Loads up the big bomb. Look at the pack of players looming up underneath it. Big tap down it is. Chance here for Jake Dominish. Jake Dominish runs it over the boundary line. Tapped over. Boundary umpire will throw it back in.
Bar's getting
I was going to say the boisterous
That's
bar.
the cartoon characters down there.
It is. Yeah, someone's in a fancy dress costume set up today. Ball gets brought in there. Big Hunty taps it up over the back. Jake Dominish pirouettes out of it. Gives it up to Kellogg. Kellogg now. Handy kick. Comes up to Lockie McGregor. Lockie McGregor gets up off his feet. Pumps it up in the air. Cleggett can't get it. Lockie McGregor punches it forward again. Looks like Willunga through Mills. Mills handballs it up quickly. It doesn't find his target, or Willunga player could be in trouble in Fenton. No, he's not. By Poppy will come in and throw it up in as the sun beams out at Myponga Oval.
Yeah, 13 minutes into the last quarter, and again, she won't be a long one, but Hunt gets a tap down to Fenton. He gets a squeeze as a quick kick away, only as far as Curtis Perry. Up to full forward, looking for Howe. He can't mark. Comes down to Scott. He's happy to concede a point. And on the FPAG scoreboard, Langhorne Creek go to 5 goals 9, now leading Willunga by 16 points on 3 goals 5. McDonald plays on quickly, goes long out onto the wing looking for Hoffman and Warmington. Can't find either of them. Hoffman picks it up though, squeezes a kick out that's just touched to Nelson. He handballs it away to looking for Fenton but couldn't grab hold of it. I think it's Durham out there for Langhorne Creek. He's holds it up and forces a ball up just in front of the coach's box. Umpire Rice quickly gets the ball up. Bass taps it down as far as an opponent can't pick it up, and they jump on him again, and the umpire blows his whistle and we'll have another ball up. And the big men do battle again in Bass and Seller. It comes down to Lally. He squeezes a handball out. Kellogg, I think it is, jumps on top of the ball. He's tackled without it. Yep. And Dominish it is, and Dominish comes up with a free kick, and a relieving free kick here for Langhorne Creek, and he's going to go across, or is he going to go long down the line? Nelson across, or Scott it is for Willunga, comes to Mills. Mills handballs it across to Fenton. Fenton gets a quick kick away, looking for Stanfield down there. He can't get to the front, and the ball is punched away by Saunders over the line, and in front of that big crowd over there at the Myponga Social Club, we'll have a ball in, and this time it's Hunt and Seller. Seller pretty much rucked all day for the Creek and comes down to James. Handball out then to Clifford. Clifford comes down the middle and only as far as Warmington, I think that is, for Willunga. He picks it up and gets a high kick away, and down there looking for Hunt. Hunt gets his hand, first grab and second grab, and Scott Hunt will go back from about 45 metres out, and well, Willunga, to say they need this one is an understatement.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he doesn't, I think if he doesn't kick this, I don't think Willunga can win.
No.
He needs to get a good leg beyond this one, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
In he comes, drives up, puts it all up, puts it up, and it's going to hang down to his narrow side, which is down and hits there. He gets through for a minor score, is exactly what they don't need. So they go to 3 goals 6, trailing Langhorne Creek 5-9 on the FPAG scoreboard.
Yeah, tough one. Langhorne Creek are going for 4 in a row, can you believe it? Oh dear, can Seller just drag him in?
Haven't beaten Willunga all year either.
No. They only save it up to the big time games. Or the kick-in duty's not too good, or it's gone down to Hunt again. He's not waiting a set shot, he's just gone bang! And missed it the other side this time. Hunty, 2 from 2.
If he
One
gets
each
another
side.
shot, he might be right.
Straight through the middle, you reckon? So Willunga will get another point closer, but it's not enough. They need the big majors on the board.
16 minutes gone now.
Have a crack at it, Ant. See if you can get Hunty to get another mark, get one through the middle.
And Durham comes out with a long ball out. Mills comes over the back and spoils, but picking it up there was for Creek. I'm not sure who that is. It looks like Jared Kellock again on the bottom of the pack. He's tackled and forces a ball up here on about the 50-metre arc for the attacking end of Langhorne's Creek. And comes up, Seller taps it down only as far as Bass. He gets his kick smothered. Comes out, tackled, Nelson tackled by Dominish of the Jake variety. And we'll have another ball up in exactly the same spot. And they do battle again. This time it's Bass, gets it over to Meagle. Meagle gets a snapper around the body. The ball goes high up looking for Martin, can't grab it. Someone squeezed a ball out on the left boot. And he's missed a lot.
Oh, Sam Rennie.
He normally kicks those impossible shots there, doesn't he?
Yeah, I remember the finals last year is
that one
kicking them out of his behind.
At the Willunga Oval too. Left foot on that side. And here comes the Creeks, bring it back into play. Comes up here now, goes over. Mills gets up high, can't come down. Willunga tried to pick it up. He gets wrapped before he even got the ball. Turns around, stacks on the middle here. The umpire comes in for a ball up on the forward flank for Willunga. Badly need to kick a goal. They're making attacks, but they really, to get inroads now, they've got to get a bit of excitement and get one. Up they go, smashed all out. Tyson Hoffman can't get out with it. Goes off there and he picks up, the kick comes off and goes straight over to Willunga.
Oh, Altus, Braden Altus. Well, he can do it.
Yep, so Altus rolls back. Has been a goal kicker for them. He turns round. Hunt couldn't get it from the last shot. This one's just probably a bit closer. Still about the same angle, not not directly in front, but of course this wind that's been up has been pushing slightly right to left on him as he goes. He hangs it, and guess what? He's hung that too far over. Another one for a minor score. They go to 3 goals 8, trailing Langhorne Creek 5-9 on the FBA scoreboard.
Well, they need a 7-point play now. That's 3 points in a row for Willunga. They've had the last 3 attacking shots and only got points out of it. Up goes Big Seller, the big boss over Bass. Bass hanging on to him. No, play on's the call. Goes over to Blackwell. Blackwell has a bounce. He has a second bounce. He's at full tilt down the wing. Unloads it right in front of our eyes. Looking for the big fella down there. Can't get hold of it. Willunga playing at the bottom of the pack. Mills comes in to help over the top. Back to Irvine, to Mills. Mills is going to be in trouble. Didn't get rid of the football properly. And been pinged holding the ball. And Jones, Shannon Jones, will come up with a footy. Now, maybe just a little bit too far out to score.
Time a big factor now, though.
Oh, isn't it? So it doesn't matter. He can either side of the post. It won't matter. And it's like you say, Ant. Just count down the clock. Look out for little Lockie. Look out for that flyer. He needs a big jump. He's always good for a classical mark. Jonesy, the left footer, on its way, and it's bending out far left. Oh, up in. Is that claimed, Mark? Yes, it is. Popwell's played it. Who was that going through the pack? Oh, Matty Tonkin. Dear oh dear. Yeah, well, he's pulled up a bit lame. He's got cramp. How he launched himself out of all that lot. And he's got cramp. He's down. You got a shot on goal here, Matty. Time off's been called, so that's all right. We've got plenty of time. We've got about an hour and a half to make up, haven't we? We started so early today. The reason was it was so wet early in the morning with the Colts games, and they didn't need their 3-minute time offs and half times and quarter times.
Even the coaches wanted to get
out.
They got out there, got back into the dugouts real quick, didn't they?
Matty Tonkin can set them definitely into a grand final again for 4 in a row for Langhorne Creek.
He'll cramp up 3 times coming through there.
Tonk's on his way in. Kicks on its way.
He's happy.
Straight through the high doodle diddle. Langhorne Creek in.
The Royal Family Hotel in the main street of Port Elliot prides itself on having a family atmosphere. The dining room is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, offering great food specials and friendly service.
Enjoy.
Why not wind down with friends and enjoy a drink in our superb beer garden, one of the best beer gardens on the south coast. There's traditional pub-style accommodation available and a drive-through sip and save outlet. The Royal Family Hotel, 32 North Terrace, Port Elliot.
She's already warmed up. She started singing.
La 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 la.
Yeah, it's been two goals, 3 to Langhorne's Creek,
Good effort.
4 points for Willunga.
Good effort.
Back in the centre, umpire Curran with the ball. Up they go. Seller and Bass. Bass semi gets it down, but beautifully read there by Caleb Howe. Goes over, picks all up, goes up centre half forward, but it gets wrapped up against the Willunga player, and it'll be a ball up at centre half forward. The Creek's into attack. They've got this one. She's over it. Bass thumps it all out, goes out wide, turns around, picks all up, tries to get through there, and Warren can't get to it. Goes out, but the handball comes out quick. Goes forward there by the Creeks. Over the back it goes. Bang! Bit of contact, head high, but gets out of it. Turns around. Dominish gets it. Handball's over. Goes out wide again. Busts through, and he said picked up holding the ball or a throw, and big Bass for Willunga gets the kick. Goes out, and look at that. He misses him by a mile. They've done that all day, and this has really hurt them. Perhaps
On the ball, he dived on it.
Perhaps not having the week off next week is going to suit them, because they've got to smarten their kicking up. Anyhow, back pocket now. Off they go. Willunga drives this ball out, drives it out wide onto the wing. Up they go, everybody up, over the back. Bass gets it, drives that ball up on the flank, but look at it, goes up. It's only one up there. Willunga gets under there. Hunt gets it, dribbles it, dribbles it, dribbles it. Guess what?
Goal!
Unlikely goal. Up she goes. Hunt.
Hi, I'm Jamie, manager at Telstra Store Victor Harbour. If you need help with anything tech related, we're here to help.
If you're having problems with your phone or internet, we can give you a bit more help than just telling you to turn it off and on again.
And if you need a new phone or entertainment bundle, we can show you some options. And this is what we have.
So feel free to pop in for a friendly chat anytime. We look forward to seeing you at Telstra Store Victor Harbour soon.
Crowd was going to mark that one. I thought it was going that wide. Dave Curran with the footy. Up they go again. Stella gets probably the double takedown. Calabao overruns the football. Look out, here come Willunga again. Drive it in the forward line. Beathy overruns it. If it was cricket, you were clean bowled. Handball, happy handball, coming back from Langhorne Creek. They rake it out wide. Out wide. Oh, we've got a whistle. It's coming back in, and it's going to be a free kick to the Creek through Damien James. Sigh of relief to the Creek boys. Jamesy concedes the time.
He's gone back right in the back pocket again.
Keeps going back. He'll end up back at Langhorne Creek. Ball comes out now, out towards the crowd at the intercept by Sam Rennie. Rennie's got to play on quickly. And what's going on down there? Boundary umpire's coming to play, and he goes, "Nah, that was out of bounds."
I think, yeah.
They're not arguing about it.
No, he juggled it. Probably went over on the second one.
Throw in it is from the boundary umpire. Big Hunt and Seller. Seller gets the tap down again. Players close right into the crowd over there at Myponga Oval. Still in there again. Umpire will come in. Ball up close to the faithful. I might have moved inside now. Thought the game was away, but they might start moving out again if Willunga can snap another goal here. Plenty of wrestling going on. Not happening. I can't get it out of the end. You have a go at it. See if you can get Willunga another goal.
26 minutes gone. I reckon they'll be happy for the siren to go while they're over there, so they don't have to move as far. Anyway, the ball's on the ground. There's a big pack of players, and there we go. Langhorne Creek through to their fourth grand final in a row, and a chance at a crack at their fourth title in a row.
Yeah, amazing. And the last time they played at Yankulilla in a grand final, they won a grand final under the coach of Anthony Murgatroyd.
They did.
There you go. Anthony Murgatroyd, now assistant coach of Mount Compass. And they could be playing them. Murgs could be going back there again. So it's on tomorrow. So Langhorne Creek through, Willunga We'll have to do battle with the winners out of Mount Compass and McLaren tomorrow down at McLaren Vale Oval. So, goal kickers, Trev, won't take you long.
No, it won't take long at all. You just about wrap them up on there. We basically, we've had one with a double. For Willunga, the losing side, we have Tyson Hoffman, Jake Stanfield, Brian Fenton and Scott Hunt. And for Langhorne Creek, the winner, multiple to Matt Dominish, singles to Lachlan McGregor, Matthew Tonkin, Shannon Jones and Kane Rogers. Well, just going back through the start of the day, the umpires have signalled scores correct. So we started the day off this morning in drizzly rain and pouring, coming through, freezing cold. Junior Colts, McLaren 4 goals 4, defeating Willunga 3 goals 5. Followed by the Senior Colts, Encounter Bay 8-14, defeating Langhorne Creek 3-3. In the reserves, Myponga Selix 12 goals 5, McLaren 3-6. And this final game here in the A grade, Langhorne Creek 6 goals 9, Willunga 4 goals 8.
At Shed Boss, we don't just build sheds, we engineer them. We build to your individual requirements, from residential to commercial, large or small. Everybody's needs are different. Built with premium Australian-made steel, our patented bracket system and concrete anchored foot bracing, constructed by licensed shed builders, means you'll get an affordable quality carport, rural or commercial shed. Shed Boss. Built strong, built right.
This has been a presentation from Victor Harbour's 90.1 Happy FM.